usual, I'll give it a little bit before I start. Oh, that's funny. I don't know what happened if I would turn off the light. It'd be too dark. I have one lamp on because I like the lighting in the camera view that I have. I don't like the lighting in the feed that I'm getting watching myself, but it is what it is. I may have to put like a dimmer light or something over there, just put candles on that side. Either way, as long as you can see me. I'm trying to see what, hold on a second. I positioned this camera in such a way so it would, I think that's better. Anyway, is the music too loud? Is it too soft, or is it okay? I don't want to put it too loud. Anyway, how is everybody? Hi, Jason. Hi, Kay. Who else is here? Seems fine. Okay. Just as long as you can hear something, because the music is important in this all the time. Anyway, what else? Yeah, I was like not in a rush to do this. My guide said, you go live, but don't set anything up and do it when you get back. So I set up a little bit before I left and for my walk and stuff, and I was just taking it easy. I was supposed to leave on my walk sooner than I thought, but of course God had different plans. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to go now. Is it still hot? Yeah. So they were like, just go with the flow. It's been a flowy day today. I'm still on my high from my walk. I was listening to Maxwell's Embrya, one of the best albums on the planet. I forgot how fantastical that album is. Maxwell's a very underrated musical artist. I used to get made fun of because I used to listen to him a lot. I'm like, I don't give a shit. This guy's a musical genius. So it's odd because I normally listen to that type of music on my walks, but they were having me listen to that today. And the weather was gorgeous, and I had like a really, really chill day. And my guides were like, when you get there, when you go on your live, don't even change. Like, keep what you were wearing earlier after your swim day or whatever, your pool day. And I was like, I'm not gonna put any makeup on. I'm not gonna do anything. It's like I was walking in this, so it's like, you know, it is what it is. Au natural, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like in this, I can't even explain it. It's a very, very flowy state. So yeah, very flowy state. But anyway, like I said, let me see. I'll give it maybe another minute or so, and I'm gonna get going because tomorrow we have people coming over, and I don't want to be like waking up too late or making sure I get enough rest, and I still have some things that I have to do before tomorrow. I'm not gonna do them tonight, but I'll do them after I wake up. But anyway, let's see who else is here. Anyway, it's late enough, right? I guess everyone's done their stuff already, and they're just trying to see what's on live on YouTube. But yeah, if you didn't read my note in the description box, if you would like a personal reading, I will do them at the end. You get 2 questions, and it's 55-55. That's what I was guided to do. So if you feel like having one, you get to ask 2 questions, and yes, that includes if you want a love question, I will do that. But the difference here is my guide said 55-55 if people want a personal reading at the end. So that is what I'm going to do. I have my message cards here, so I can throw in a message too if you need, especially if you're asking a question about a relationship. Okay, I'd rather have it as a relationship reading or whatever than a love reading. But hey, a lot of people ask for those, so that's what I'm offering at the end of this. So those readings will be done. I'll try to remember to kind of say that through the rest of the live in case anybody wants a personal at the end of this. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and start shuffling. This is an Archangel reading, if you can't already tell. I will mention that if I am having a Mother's Day sale for my readings, there are 3 different types of readings that I decrease the cost of. It could be anywhere between $23 and $44 of a difference. Okay. My Starseed Origins, my Supernova readings, which is the readings where we talk about what's blocking you, what's blocking your abundance, blocking your union, all these types of things, what you're stuck on, what you're struggling with, and how to overcome those blocks. And, you know, it's a very insightful, enlightening reading to help you obliterate those, okay? And kind of how to keep yourself in check with making sure that it doesn't become a major block for you. So that reading, it's called the Supernova reading, and the Divine Feminine check-in readings, they're all at a discounted cost. There's no coupon for those. If you just go to capellawellness.com and you click on the Capella Service Suite, you will be able to see the Divine check-in readings, Divine Feminine check-in readings, the Starseed readings, and the Supernova readings at a much lower price than I normally have them at. So that's my Mother's Day sale going on now, and all other readings you can get 10% off with the code SPRING10. That code is in the description box. My packages where you get to have multiple readings in one that are already at a discounted rate. So if you get a package, you're saving money if you order multiple readings. And if you use the 10% coupon for the packages, you will get additional 10% off of the package that's already discounted. Okay, that's only going to be around for maybe about a month or so, because once spring is over, both coupons will expire. So I'll put that in there. I am coming out with other services, and I'm going to be doing some angel healing services. So on my walk with my guides today, they gave me some more insight and stuff as to how I'm going to be doing these, because I've been given access to certain things, and my other gifts have activated. So I'm going to be doing what's called angel healing, and there's going to be some very deep healing for people, but we are going to be working with the archangels and the other angels, all 78. I have a deck specifically for angel work, okay? So I'm going to be starting those up on top of some other healing methods that I have been guided to do. Apparently I have a talent that I didn't know I had. Again, this is what happens when you're leveling up and you keep awakening. So I'm going to be working on those. I'm changing up a lot of things too. So there are going to be changes to the channel and changes to what I do, but it happens, right? Because we grow, we learn, and evolve, and some things we do, we're guided to do them because it's preparing us for the next best thing. So as I was coming to these messages, especially Archangel Raphael has been visiting me a lot lately. He has been showing me certain things, and my other guys have been showing me everything that I have done up until now has actually prepared me for what they've called me to do next. So it's really fascinating. It's exciting because it's something that I kind of saw myself like I had when I was a kid. It just it wouldn't have made sense, but it makes sense now why I was drawn to certain things and why I did certain things a certain way when I was a child. So it's just fascinating how it catches up to you, and then that light bulb goes off or that thing gets activated, and then archangels come in like, okay, you've prepared for this, you've leveled up, now we're activating this, and you're gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. So the only thing is because it's new, it's almost like I'm starting over in a sense, but my guys are reminding me right now, they're like, Jess, you've leveled up so much that by the time you start working through this, you're gonna pick up on it faster than what you did when you started to learn, divination and all these other things, and really honing in on my gifts. So over time, I'll be mentioning that so you guys know. What else is there? I don't know. I guess I can say Happy Mother's Day ahead of time to those mothers and the single dads. I hope you guys have a wonderful day tomorrow. If I forget to say it, I'll probably say something on my community feed. I already did something today on my community feed, and if you're a member of mine, if you're on the Capella app, I'll send you guys a little message there. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else I need to mention. Hi, coffee. That's funny. Jason's like, no free questions. Thank you for putting that in there. Alrighty. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get started. As they're telling me that it's okay to go now. So we're just gonna see what the archangels have for us at this time. What guidance do the archangels have for us? Holy Spirit, archangels, galactic families, Pleiadian, Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Holy Spirit, archangels, galactic families, Pleiadian, Syrians, please reveal to us for highest good. What guidance do you have for the collective? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Woo! It's like a slide. It just slid off there. Oh man. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, who sang that song? Shit. Okay. We've got the Five of Earth, guys. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So, we have archangels here. We have all the angels behind the door. This is saying they're asking you to go get the support that you need, the help that you need, that you don't have to go through this alone, that you can ask for whatever guidance, help you need, okay? Oh, Whitesnake, actually, Jason, I'm thinking of an R&B group from the early 90s, I think it was, or late 80s. I know what you're talking about, but it's a R&B group, actually. Anyway, so yeah, it's Five of Pentacles. So there's lack mentality here. Some of you guys, it's kind of interesting that they told me to put 5555 for the reading. And I got this sense that people are going to be like, wait, what? Because I've never asked for that before, right? But that's what I was guided to do. So some of you maybe were like maybe hoping you'd get a personal reading or something like that, and you're like, oh no, I need some help, the money thing. Again, I'm not judging anybody, but this is what's coming through. But it's showing up here, okay? There's a 5 there. It's like this mentality needs to change, where there's some sort of angst or worry with regards to your financial issues. There's also like health issues here. Maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe some of you are really doubting a lot about your abilities. You're worrying about the future, worrying about paying your bills. It's like a strong money thing here, where you could be stressing out, freaking out. There's like worry, right? I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have that. And then when you perpetuate that, right, and you try to not change your lack mentality to an abundant mindset, you actually start manifesting that into the physical, okay? So there are quite a few of you who've been undergoing financial hardships for quite some time. This is the wilderness season for me. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is your guides and your angels, they're asking you, like, what is it that's going to give you your joy, right? Money isn't going to bring you happiness, right? So there's something where this lack mentality, this not having this stuff, it's robbing you of your joy, and you're kind of like Debbie Downer about it, and it's all you can think about. um, you're not sure where to turn to, whatever, but it's like whatever it is that you need, go to God for it. Ask the angels, right? Ask for assistance. Let me tell you, there was something that I asked for like yesterday and today, and it was like boop, something happened today, right? And it's kind of like, oh, thank you, God, thank you, universe, right? um, so Matthew chapter 6, when we talk about God providing for us, right? Why worry about today when tomorrow will worry about itself? This is understanding that the angels got it down. God has it. Your future is taken care of. This whole money thing is a 3D world thing. And we all know that it is very hard to have an abundant mindset. Okay? That's why we go out for walks. That's why we look at nature and we look at the animals and they're provided for. I was watching this lizard. I was in the pool today. He was getting ready to like eat a bug or something like that, and I'm watching him attentively, like, what is he gonna do, right? He's not freaking out. God's got him. He's like, there's the bug, lizard, go eat it, type of thing. You know what I mean? But in the human world, in 3D world, we don't really think like that. Yes, I know we're not lizards and we don't only eat bugs and stuff. I get that. We need a roof over our heads. We need clothes on our backs. Do you not think that God is not going to provide that for you? It's like when I left my 6-figure job and things weren't even ready yet. And I was like, what? How am I going to do this? God's like, you got to trust me. And remember when I talked about in that live, he told me to clear out all my 401k. I'm like, I'm not supposed to do that. He goes, no, you do. You're thinking of the 3D world, you take it out. It's gonna sustain you until the next thing happens. And then I was like, what am I gonna do now? Because everything was going great until everything just like it stopped. It came to a near standstill. And this got to be like a thing. I was like, I was asking God for the strength because God was like, you need to trust me, Jess, because I'm doing something bigger for you than you think. And sure enough, after I got here, he was showing me all these things, right? If you haven't watched the live that I did entitled How God Works Miracles, I highly recommend you watch that because I talk about how God works miracles and how I was in a lot of these 3D world like financial hardships. I still had that roof over my head. God still gave me money though to be able to get gas, to get food for me and my son. We still had some left over to do our walks and get bubble tea. We still had some left over to go out for like a little dinner or something, or go do something fun, right? Because you can't rob yourself of that either. That's the other thing. When you're like, I don't have it, I don't know if I'm going to spend that because I may not have it when I need it. And trust me, guys, we all go through it. We all go through it. Even me sometimes. It's like, cool, I'm doing great, whatever. And then all of a sudden, maybe this is what's happening to some of you guys. Some money comes in, and all of a sudden something happens, and the money's got to go right back out. For some of you, that is actually a generational curse. For some of you, that's actually a spiritual attack. Because some of you, you're either attacked through your health, very quite often, or it's your finances. Especially if you have learned to become more one with God and be more in the world and not of the world. The enemy likes to try to come in and hit it where it hurts. Let's get them to worry about not having the money. especially like if they need assistance, or like again, like asking for support. I need to pay for this for someone to help me with something, right? Or like um, you have to purchase something that's going to help you out with something else, or whatever this is. Something about your health. Maybe there are surmounting medical bills or something like that. And you're like, where am I going to get the money to pay this and stuff like that? And maybe you're thinking, I need to pay all these things and not pay for like healthier food, or not pay for I'm hearing counseling, or something, paying for other medical things that you need, where it's like you have a big bill. I'm hearing dental. You have a really big bill, and then it's like you have to pay this every month, and it's like you're paying towards this bill, and then you're like, I have to get rid of this bill or whatever. I can't pay all these other ones, or I'm it's like self-sacrificing. I'm holding back because I'm not going to have enough for anything. But have you asked the angels for help? Have you asked God for help? Have you asked God for $1,000, and will it show up for you? Have you asked God, like, give me the strength to get through this, but also I'm asking for financial assistance, or give me some ideas, or give me some, um, like, it's like, help me, Howard, help me out here. God wants us to go to Him. And even when we ask God for help, and God sends us somebody to help us, could be an earth angel, right? There's somebody on the other side of that door. And see what's funny here? I'm looking at this card because I haven't noticed this before, because I've seen this card before. You see how she's standing at the bottom of the steps? She probably didn't knock. Because from what I know, if I'm going up the steps to knock on the door, waiting for somebody to open, I would still stay at the top of the steps, would I not? Maybe you go to the top of the steps and you knock on the door and you take quite a few steps down backwards. I've never done that. Maybe I'll take a step down. But there's somebody here who's like, you haven't even knocked on the door, but the angels know you need the help. You need to ask for it. And when the angels send you, when God, you pray for it and God asks you, sends it to you, and your intuition says something, well, you prayed for this help, I'm sending you a person. Because it could very well be some of you have been asking for money, for more financial assistance. But what God is doing is sending you someone to get you into vibrational alignment for you to uh, receive this. Because Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles tends to be a very heavy vibration. It's a low vibration. It's lack. You're lowering your energies, especially with health. Your light dims. Your energy decreases. Like, you know what this is. It's like your car's about to run out of battery, right? The batteries in your mouse are about to crap out, and it starts to get sluggish, and it's not functioning properly, right? But God is like, I can't really get to there if you are that low vibrational. I need you to raise your vibration, and then things will start to happen, right? But it's not like God's not going to help you, but God wants you to help yourself before He can help. But He's asking some of you to change your mindset to an abundant mindset and be like, I have this, I have that, I have these things. This is kind of like thinking this way. Thank God for the problems you don't have. Okay? If you still have a roof over your head, you still have food to eat. There's some people who are like drinking out of rice boxes or whatever like that. You know what I mean? People whose homes are falling apart. They don't have four walls around them. Something like that. It's like this poverty mindset. Some of you may have grown up poor, and it's been staying in your mind. Again, that's talking about the ancestral patterns, right? Some of you may come from families who are very, where it's, what's it called? There's illness that's been surrounding your family. I'm not trying to point them out, but it's the truth. But when I go see the doctor, hi Anjana, long time no see. I'm doing great. Nice to see you. Thank you for the wishes. So, I will be honest. My family health history is not the greatest. And when I go to the doctor, and you know how you have to fill out the form. Let us know about your family history with medical history. I'm checking off all these things, and God goes. The doctors are like, "You're in excellent health, and you have all this history." I said, "Yeah." There was a time where they were finding nodules on my thyroid. And I was this close to getting a biopsy. And they were like, they're getting bigger. We're going to have to do something about it. And I said, I'm going to do something about it. I prayed about it. And then I started to change up some things. And I also started to change my mentality. Like, no, I'm not going to have a thyroid problem. No, I'm going to be fine. Those nodules don't exist. And then the next time where I went to go check, and they did the x-rays and stuff, they said they're not there. There's no trace of them. I said, really? And the doctors are like, yeah. And after that, they would check, nothing. It's gone. And my family has a very long history of thyroid disease, okay? My stuff went away. I had to change my mindset, even with my health. And yeah, I was kind of healthy then, but I started to up the ante. I stepped it up with my health regimen. I started to work out more, walk more, that type of thing. I also changed my mindset. This was actually before I got into my awakening, so apparently I knew something, right? So by the grace of God, I did my part. God took care of the rest. He's like, Jess, start changing up some things health-wise. Start changing your routine. Start having a more positive mindset about this, because you're not going to be freaking out about these nodules and things like that. And God was like, start doing this, I'll take care of the rest. I'm pretty sure God was the one who, boop, he cleared the nodules. I did my part. That's how this works. It's kind of the same thing with the money stuff, right? Don't be checking your bank account and being like, oh my God, you guys know my story where they had that 2 cents for like a month. You have no idea the amount of spiritual strength I needed to get through those weeks, and having that in my bank account with someone who was coming from a lot of money in their bank account every week. Okay? So it's like reality check here. But then I was thinking about my car still running. I'm still in the house. I still have food. God was still, I had food there, right? Because I was able to have, I did grocery shopping or whatever, and God said, don't worry about how much you spend on grocery shopping, get what you need. And then other stuff was happening, right? Because that's what happened to me a lot. All this money would come in, and then all of a sudden, I would have to just, things that I had to pay for, right? Things that would come up. I'm like, oh man. And then it got to the point where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm like in these dire straits, right? But I had to be like, work so hard and not to worry about it. I didn't lose sleep over it. I wasn't like, my health was still intact, even though I was dealing with that very, very difficult time. That was the most difficult time of my life that I had ever experienced when it came to a financial hardship. I had never experienced anything that bad in my life. And I was like, God, just let me just get through this. Give me the strength to get through this. I was asking for more strength. God, I wasn't even necessarily like praying for money. I was praying for strength. And I was praying, God, don't let me lose my shit. I want to be able to sleep well. I want to still be able to have my health intact, because I'm a single mom and I didn't have family there. My sister was an hour away. And I'm like, I have to be able to take my son to school and to cook for us and things like that and still go on our walks. I still did my self care routines. I still did my spiritual practices. I still thanked God every freaking morning that I was still in that house, that my car was still running, that the fridge was working in the townhouse, and that we still actually had stuff to eat. Everything, the electricity was fine, all that stuff. Even though the money was like coming in or not coming in, because that was a month where like nothing really. And then all this stuff I had to like pay for this and pay for that was for the car or something for my son or whatever, you know. When I'm looking back on those days, I remember sitting in my car and looking at my dash. I almost lost it sometimes. And that's when I just sat at that light and just started to pray. God, no, don't let me go down here, because I was about to go to this place. This is like really low vibrational energy. There's so much doubt. All this worry and stress leads to illness, right? Mental, spiritual, emotional, physical. I said, God, nope, I'm not getting there. I'm not getting there. I had already asked God, like, I pray for something to come around. And I waited a while. But God was doing something bigger in me. He was building my strength and my trust. Because I survived that month. Nothing bad happened. And then after that moment passed, all this stuff came in. And it was like, oh my God, like there was a miracle there. But the amazing thing was for me, I didn't get sick. I was still sleeping like a log. I was. You can ask my son. I wasn't stressing. Like I said, I was still thanking God for what I had. I was still going through each day. And I just went to Him for everything, right? And then, after that period, that was like the toughest part of my wilderness season. And after that, things got better. And it came in cycles. It didn't go as low to having like the 2 cents in my bank account, but it went low enough. And then every time, a lot of money would come in, and all of a sudden I'd get attacked. And then I'd have these unexpected expenses. Like I talked about when my alternator crapped out. All this money came in. I made all these sales and all this stuff, and I was like, woo! It's like, look at this, or whatever, right? And then 900 of those dollars had to go to my alternator so I could get back to Florida when I was moving out of Maryland. And it was like, okay. And it tends to happen, right? The enemy, out of everything, the enemy is trying to knock me down with so many things. And the one thing that they know is to try to get me with money. Because they know how much I used to make. They know the lifestyle that I had. Like the other day I was thinking about, I said this before about my son, I used to travel a lot. I used to travel on my own. And then it was like, I missed that. It's a really weird thing, guys, when you don't have that big paycheck coming in every week. And I got paid every week. And it's weird that you don't have that type of income anymore. When you start doing this thing and God puts you in the wilderness season, He's like, I'm going to need you to solely rely upon me. That's it. And that whole period, right? Still going through the wilderness season, because it's always an ebb and a flow. It's always an up and a down. And sometimes I'm like, man, God, like I've been working really hard. Like I'm changing up things, right? And see, here's the other thing. God, Archangel Raphael, my guides and God, they're telling me, okay, Jess, we're going to do some new things here. And I'm still having to have faith in that because it's like, God, every time I get excited about something and you tell me to do something and I try this out, it doesn't really work according to plan. But that's because God has a much bigger plan for me, and for what He's got is bigger than what I'm imagining. Because we have the Three of Fire down here, the Three of Wands, goals, expansion, and vision, right? So, some of you, this is for you to keep going on your journey, especially if you're in the wilderness season. All right, but if you're having health issues, this is the time for you to set different goals and start boosting your manifestation skills, right? Because everything's about vibration, but there's also divine timing, right? Because the Three of Fire is patience and waiting in divine timing. It's like I just said, okay, when is this gonna change? Right? Fives are about changes. When am I coming out of the woods? But you see how the doors open, right? The doors open there. Some of you aren't asking them for help. Now, it could be, and I don't know because it's a collective reading, but it could be like what I was telling you about. Instead of, I asked God for the money, right? Or for financial assistance, like to help me get out of this or whatever, so I can pay for the rest of my stuff later, or so I wouldn't have to run into a big issue. I started to change how I was praying to God. I was asking Him for strength and for courage to get through. It's like, just God, let me be at peace. I need an abundance of peace, an abundance of tranquility. I don't want to think about this money thing because the last thing I want to do is for my health to tank. I still ate well enough because, like I said, I would have the groceries there, but it was just like, what if something happens? How am I going to get this? And it was the same thing even with the rent and all of that stuff. Because I was already falling behind on that. God's like, don't you dare worry about this because I'm always going to put a roof over your head. And that's exactly what He's done. It didn't materialize the way that I thought. It didn't manifest the way that I thought. But God still gave me what I needed at the time. He always gives you what you need when you need it. Okay? You can't get caught up in the tomorrow and the future. What about this? What about that? Am I going to have the money for that? Blah, blah, blah. Don't do that because God's like, you're not trusting in me with this. And I know this is hard. Trust me. It's hard as all hell. And I know for me, the enemy always likes to come in and say, oh, Jess, why are you doing this? Look at everybody else. It happened to me today. Look, this person's getting all this clients. This person, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I found out about something. And they showed me something. They said, yeah, Jess, all these people who are doing similar to what you're doing, they're getting all this money and these clients or whatever, the bookings and stuff. But look at what you have that they don't. And some of these people are in tremendous distress because they'll post it somewhere or whatever. They're in tremendous despair. There's something that they can't get over. They haven't healed from something yet, or it's very hard for them to heal. And they go through these very dark days, and there's certain things that they just cannot pull themselves from. It's Five of Pentacles, but for them, it's not Five of Pentacles for money. It's Five of Pentacles for health and feeling very low, self-pity or self-doubt, or feeling like worthless, or feeling like a piece of shit, or just like so down that they don't know how to come out of that darkness. It's almost like they feel like the victim. This is victimhood here, victimization. I'm never lucky. These things don't happen to me. I keep having to go through this and this and this and this and this. Why? Start asking God about Instead of the how, ask them about what lessons are you learning? What are you building? How are you growing? Hi, Ocean. Hey, Justin. Thanks for being here. So, um, so yeah, it's like, it's funny because they're bringing this to my attention while I'm channeling this, and it's you see how when we think that people are fine with money, or you can see the money coming in, or they're talking about it, you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So what I was realizing during that, especially now in the wilderness season, because even for me, I still go like up and down and stuff like that, right? You know, some people think that the life as a tarot reader is like the best thing, that all tarot readers make all these bookings and stuff like that. No, that's all that glitters isn't gold, everybody. It's not. And some people actually start tarot readings because they know they're very popular, and of course, not to judge the other people who do these, but they want me to call it out. Doing the love readings, right? Everybody wants the love reading, and you know me, if you've watched me, that is not my focus. Love isn't going to get you into alignment with what it is you really need in life and to have the bigger, better things in life, right? Like abundance and peace, abundance and tranquility, abundance and good health. Do you really want to have romance in your life when you're so down and there might be in a depressive state, or there's something that you just can't get out of? How are you going to enjoy your love life when you've got all this other dark stuff going on? Or there's some physical thing, it could be something that's self-imposed, right? Where you're feeling like the victim, and then you're attracting all this negative energy, especially if you're coming from a place of lack. You're not going to be able to enjoy your love life if you're living in a life like that. And what happens is, when you are coming from a place of lack, when you're feeling worthless and not worthy, not deserving, how is God going to give you what you feel you deserve when you don't even feel like you're deserving of anything? When you feel like such a low person, or like whatever I do is never good enough. Change that mindset. And I know for me, I think I talked about this before. As crazy as it sounds, the fact that I don't make all that money anymore, the peace that I have in my life, the tranquility. I mean, I was out in my parents' pool. Yeah, it's a Saturday, but my guy's like, don't you dare do anything. Go inflate that raft. Go put your bikini on. Go out there. And you know what God did? I swear. I was manifesting something that I didn't even think I was manifesting. I was praying initially, like, I think it was a subconscious thing, because we were supposed to have people over today, and we were supposed to like do some stuff around the house. Oh my God, I'm getting a hit. Somebody help me out with this. Somebody heard me say that I was going to be having to do a lot of work on Saturday in preparation for Mother's Day, and how this is the first. I was saying this is gonna be the first Mother's Day that I actually had to do work. Right? I've been a mom for, it's gonna be 14 years because my son's birthday is in about 2 weeks. I never had to do anything, especially when I got divorced. I was like, I'm not doing anything for Mother's Day weekend. We're gonna have some fun. And this weekend, I was like, I really don't want to be cleaning and getting ready for people. No, I mean, I already did, but God told me to do my stuff ahead of time. I did help a little bit, but today, God made it happen. I subconsciously manifested where my parents were gone for several hours up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. I had this nice breakfast, talking to my son, was doing some other things, and I heard, go get your bathing suit on, Go blow up the raft and go out there. And go listen to your music. I was in that pool uninterrupted for 3 hours. Because even after my parents came back, they came back later than expected. And then my dad was nice enough, as you guys saw in the picture, if you didn't see my community tab, to bring me a plastic cup that, because we have plastic stuff for the pool, of rosé. He came and asked, would you like some rosé? I said, sure, Dad. And I was like, I was not expecting that at all. So my dad was nice enough to give me some rosé. So I'm listening to my Backstreet Boys music on my portable speaker, and being on my inflatable chair, float, whatever. And look what's at the bottom of this deck, living my joy. I was doing what brought me joy, which is why they told me to post that today. I wasn't worrying about anything. I wasn't worrying about like my business having its ups and downs and things like that. I know what God is doing with me in this work alone, because I know I've got bigger things coming. He's molding me, he's pruning me, he's refining me for those big things. It's like Joel Osteen, I got a message today about the greater the blessings, the greater the opposition, right? And that opposition also comes from the enemy trying to attack your finances and your health and all that stuff, right? Because the enemy tries to attack my mental health too. So my dad comes, gives me some rosé. I'm like, awesome. And then a little bit later, my dad and mom come back out. We're gonna go out to eat because we've been starving. And I was like, have you heard from the rest of the family? Are they coming today? They're like, no, we haven't heard anything, because we were supposed to have people today. And they went out to dinner, and they were gone for hours. And my son, I checked on my son before I went. I said, hun, I'm gonna be in the pool. You gonna be okay? Yeah, Mom, I'm good. He was gaming with his friends. I was out there by myself for like a little over 3 glorious hours. The only reason why I had to get out of the pool was because I had to pee real bad. And then I was like, well, the sun is already, it was starting to set, and the way where my parents' house is, the sun covers over the pool. I was like, well, once the sun leaves the pool area, I'm gonna be done, because I was needing some sun, right? And on top of that, I wanted to do my walk because I was planning on doing a live today, and I was told to go repaint my nails and my toes, which I did. I gave myself a manicure and a pedicure. I painted my color, like, they actually matched my necklace. My shorts are this color. So I painted my nails a nice baby blue, and my toes are this really nice coral color. This is actually pink, but I had pink toes already. So I did that after I got out. It's funny because when I got out and I said, let me just go change and just get ready for the day. And I was going to ask Julian what he wanted to eat. And then my parents came back, but I stayed to do my manicure and pedicure in the room, listening to more music again. And then my parents went back out to go to church so that they don't have to go to church tomorrow. And I had all this free time again to myself. And then my son and I had dinner together. We had a candlelit dinner on the backyard by the pool. It was fantastic, right? It was kind of like the old days where it would just be me and my son. You know, no offense to like my mom or anything or anybody else, but I'm so used to having these days, these things with my son. So with God, he made it. And those people never came today. One of the couples, they're not showing up tomorrow, and my godfather and his wife and his family, they were going to come here today, but they're coming tomorrow instead. So when I talk about manifestation, okay, when we change our mindset, and I was like, I woke up in like a great state, but then as I was having my breakfast, the enemy was trying to throw me off again. I said no. And before I went to bed, I said, God, what is my guidance for today? And this was actually the bottom of the deck for me. It's like, do what brings you joy, Jess. You know, don't get into that mentality. do not worry about doing the cleaning and all this other stuff. And I was like, and my son and I were like, are these people coming over? Well, I don't know, because that was gonna change some things. But I went out there and I enjoyed myself, and then because I did something about it, I had an abundant mindset. Remember, abundance isn't just about money. It's an abundant mindset with regards to your joy, an abundance of joy, an abundance of peace and tranquility. And I was uninterrupted out there. I was actually thinking of going to the beach, but they said no, do something different, stay here. So it's just you, the pool, the birds, the palm trees, the Backstreet Boys, all that stuff. And I sang the entire 3 hours, people, in the backyard. No joke. Every song that came up, I was singing it. And when you're singing, you are manifesting. Okay? So I was imagining myself somewhere else and all these things and who I was singing with or whatever, whatever. And I was just in this state of bliss. And then my vibration was really going through the roof. And here I am on a freaking pool float, people, doing nothing. I'm manifesting doing nothing. But remember, we have to do our part. But part of it is our vibration. The lack is going to attract the lack. Now, I get it if you are in this wilderness season and God's like, it's a massive test. It's kind of like a Job moment where you're stripped of everything and God's like really testing you to see if you're going to have the utmost amount of faith in Him, no matter what your bank account looks like, no matter what this looks like. How are you going? What kind of mindset are you going to have? Right? I did my part this week with what God asked me to do for mission. But remember, part of manifestation entails rest. We cannot be on all the time. We cannot be go, 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 go all the time. We have to take some time out to do absolutely nothing, which is what I was guided to do today. And mind you, I was like itching. I was like, I just want to do like, because I'm catching up on my client readings. And I wanted to do some other member readings and do my other projects. And like, God, but I have all this, and the stuff that I'm trying to learn now. But guys, I'm asking them, I have all these things to do. Nope. They actually cleared the day for me, and I didn't even ask them to do that. I said out loud, I was like, God, I don't normally do this on Mother's Day weekend. I didn't even ask for it, but my heart was sending that out there, and I said, I'm going to do something for me anyway. If these people are coming, okay, let me get some pool time in, and then whatever. These people, we're going to have guests later, fine. But it didn't even happen. And I got to do all this other stuff. You see how God works? And all I was doing was lounging in the damn pool, people. And as soon as I got in that pool, like something came in. We're talking about money, something came in. And I said, holy shit. I was about to do my nothingness, and boop, I had something unexpected come in that had to do with finances. I said, okay, thank you, God. And I continued on my day in that pool, enjoying myself, and just, it got emotional at some point because with everything that I've been through, it could have taken a very, very bad turn, right? And I was so grateful because I'm in this awesome backyard, right? Everybody loves the backyard in my parents' house. My sisters and I, neighbors, family, friends, you name it. Our backyard is like this sanctuary. And I was very blessed to be able to have that time for myself. And I was like, geez, there are so many people who don't have this type of luck. Who don't have this type of time to themselves, who don't have this backyard. That's something we have to think about. Okay? And I know it gets hard sometimes because we're so programmed to be thinking about money all the time. And God's always been sending me these things, and it's like awesome. And then I have to remind myself to not fear about when I get money in and when I have to spend it and things like that, because it's like you're always understanding, you have to work towards understanding that God is always going to provide because He does. He knows what you need, right? And even when I talk about my story, when I had to leave that house because I couldn't pay the rent, I still have a roof over my head and I still have food, clothing. Now I've got this awesome backyard for the time being that I'm here to kind of like chill out in or do my readings or whatever. I still have what I need. I'm still doing what God asked me to do. He was also testing me to see if I was going to just totally give up on this. He's like, whatever, man, I'm not going to do this anymore because it's not getting me anywhere. Right? That's bullshit. And the enemy always wants to come in and tries to put it back in my head. Jess, are you sure you want to keep doing this? Are you sure? The other part of this here is I know I give up on myself. I'm giving up on my person. I'm giving up on God. I'm slapping God in the face for giving up on what He's called me to do, what I've already worked so hard for. And I'm also giving up on the people who I'm actually helping. To include my person. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want the money thing to be the cause of me giving up. That's just dumb. In my opinion, it's dumb. Because there's so many bigger things involved in this. And when I talk about the help, right? This could also be about some of you who may be in a position like me where you're doing mission work or whatever and nothing seems to be panning out financially, but you're actually helping people because you could very well be this earth angel and people are coming to your door asking you for help. You are enlightening somebody's life. You are helping someone very significant here. This card is about spirit and service, not about the money. And when you focus on spirit and service instead of the financial aspect of what you're doing, you're going to manifest bigger things. You will manifest abundance because this is abundance. Some of you, this is what's happening. Some of you are in this wilderness season and you've been asking God and your angels for help just to get you through. Like I say, I thank God that God just keep me focused on spirit and service. Continue to augment my faith and my strength and my obedience. Help me to stay on the path, right? My path. Help me to continue doing what I'm doing. Help me to not have a lack mentality. Help me to have an abundant mindset. These are the things I ask God for. And yes, I'm already thanking God for financial stability and security before I even have it. I've already thanked God for several things, and I've said this before, and He made it happen. It's just a matter of patience, waiting, divine timing. But as you are in the waiting room to be called, you're going to be doing something. You're not going to be there sleeping, or I don't know what it is. I know some people go on social media or whatever. It's like sometimes for me, I try to learn if I'm in a waiting room. Or it's funny because the last time I took my son to the airport, I was waiting for him to get on the plane, and I was doing Instagram and doing all these other things while I was sitting there. I'm not doing things to make me feel less about myself while I am waiting. Because everything happens in divine timing. When you're going through these difficulties, guys, you're going through an expansive state because God's like, I need you to keep going. Stop looking at the physical of this. I'm expanding your horizons. I am helping you to grow. This is growth here with the wands. I'm helping you level up. so that when shit really hits the fan, like I did that time where I had 2 cents in my bank account for a very long time, God had already prepared me for it so I wouldn't fall apart. Because so many people fall apart. They can't sleep. They can't eat. They fall into this illness, and then everything just starts to tank in their lives, and then it's horrible. But I didn't allow myself to get there. And even that prepared me for when I lost practically everything. These are huge losses. Okay? I didn't cave. I didn't fall apart. So many people would have crumbled, and God knows what else. By the grace of God, I didn't, because He was preparing me. He was leveling me up so that when the greater blessings do come in, right? Prepare me for that difficult stuff. And my son was even talking about it today. Holy Jesus. He's like, well, Mom, get ready for when more people are coming to you. You're going to get more of this. I said, I know, honey. That's what God's been preparing me for. My son even fucking knows. Okay? Because with this awesomeness that you come into, with this greatness that you come into, oh, you better be prepared for the knives and the swords and the axes and shit like that. Because for some of you, God is building some fortress within you so that people cannot penetrate that fortress. Because when you come into that money, when you come into that greatness, because some of you are coming into it, the ships are arriving. They're about to dock. Look, and it has freaking angel wings on it because the angels are bringing in the ships. Look how close it is to the shore. It's not that far out. For some of you, your wilderness season is almost up, was what I'm hearing. Because you continue to be in spirit and service. You continue to not focus on the financial aspect of whatever this is. You've had these goals, you've had these visions, but you've held the vision and you trust the process. And it's been a long journey because the Three of Wands is a long journey. But that ship is very close. I just realized it has angel wings on there. It's like the Legion of Angels, they're bringing this in. But some of you, you've got to change your mindset. And you still got to do the things that bring you joy even when you've got 2 cents in your bank account. That was the only way I was be able to get through, on top of what God was preparing me for that time. On top of even when I lost practically everything, a year later. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Even after I lost everything, I still did this. I still took my walks. I was still laughing. I was still living my joy as best as I could. Because if I didn't, that's where I would have really crumbled. God knows what would have happened to me if I wouldn't have done that. When things like that happen, the enemy tries to sabotage you. He tries to go in for the kill. Because we're so programmed to be freaking out, worrying, and stressing over money. Of financial, monetary, material things. That's the way of the 3D world. That's not the way of the spiritual world. But it's hard to get out of. But God is working through you so that you won't succumb to the harshness of the Five of Pentacles that it could be. If you've been asking for help and you've stopped asking for help in whatever capacity, This is not the time to stop asking for help. The support is there. It can even be with a soul tribe or something like that. And whatever this means for you, you may have been asking for help, and now something's happened, and you're like, now what do I do? But you're still kind of like, you're at the bottom of the steps. You're afraid to knock on the door. But the angels know. They just need you to ask, or they need, or if they've sent you someone to help you. You cannot worry about the money. You cannot worry about what's happening tomorrow. You cannot worry about whether this person who's been brought to you is going to help you or not. God did not send the help for you to not accept it. Some of you are not accepting it because the door is open and you're still standing at the bottom of the stairs. They're inviting you in. You got to do your part and walk up the steps. You got to accept the help from the angels. And a lot of you, this help is coming in ways you didn't expect. And for some of you, this help is being brought to you, but you have to give something in exchange for the help. And some of you are like, that's not what I was expecting. Some of you were expecting God to work the miracle for you right away, and that's not what's happening here. And I say this quite a bit because whatever you invest in, you will get back tenfold. If God's sending you the help and God needs you to like either put money into it or for you to work on your vibration and work on your health and stuff, you're being asked to do it. You gotta meet God halfway here. Because a lot of us, we have an issue where we're given the help. Oh, is that what the help is? And we don't accept it. Because it's not the help that we asked for. Hold on. It's the help doesn't come to you in the way that you asked for it. But there's another spin on this, because those of you who've been in the wilderness season, you've been pushing through this, you've been leveling up, you keep going. You don't rest on your laurels. You're having the faith and the hope. You're just like, I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. I'm spirit of service. I'm calling on the angels. I'm just maintaining my strength and my faith and my help. I'm continuing to ask the angels for guidance, and they will help you. But of course, you gotta do your part to help them. It's like, what's it called? Help me, let me help you. I don't know what it's called. But anyway. Some of you have already you've been doing your best to keep yourself out of that lack mentality. And you do things to live your joy. No matter what the hell's going on, you make sure that your vibration is as high as possible. This is what I did today, right? Again, the enemy's been trying to come in and fuck me up. It's not even funny. It's like, nope. Which is why I said I had to try really hard, push myself. Now I'm going out in that hole. And then, the enemy, I tell you guys, you think that the enemy tries to kill you and shit? No, they try to get you to look at your watch every 5 minutes so that you get hung up on the time. Thank you, Jason. Help you to help yourself. I was getting this urge to look at the clock. The enemy works that way too. Okay? The enemy will do everything in its power to get you to throw you off. And I'm like, I'm not looking at the clock. I'm not looking at the clock. The only time I look at the clock is when I was trying to see when my parents left. That's how I knew how long I was out there. Because I'm like, let me see how long I can be out here for. And like I said, don't you dare look at the clock. The only time I saw the time is when I was changing albums or I was putting on another playlist, another Backstreet Boys album on my Spotify, right? That's the only time I was looking at my thing. I had all notifications turned off. I was like, that could be Five of Pentacles, like lack of time. That's awesome. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Five of Pentacles for somebody could be lack of time. I don't have any time. That's on you. You need to make the time. Don't be throwing things in there that make you feel less worthy or make you feel like crap. What are you doing to yourself? You're robbing yourself of your own joy when you do that. And maybe some of you are blaming other people for robbing you of your joy, which is why some of you may feel like this. Victimization. Feeling bad for yourself. I'm sick. I feel like shit because these people, I had to do this and I had to do that for them, and like I'm sacrificing my happiness. That's your responsibility. We are all responsible for our happiness and our joy and our health and all that great stuff. And I even prayed about it this morning. I said, God, do not let the enemy strip me of my joy. I'm not allowing it. I am not allowing, not today, not fucking today. And I had my breakfast, I had my feng shui, and now I'm doing feng shui with my breakfast. It's the most glorious thing. And then they're like, nope, you're going to go out in that pool. You're just going to enjoy, have the sun. And I will say this, because telepathically, my person was even telling me about this, to go enjoy myself today. Do not worry about anything. He said some other stuff that came out in a freaking letter by some other reader I've never seen in my life, and I posted it on my community. No, I posted it in my Capella member, my Capella crew forum about this. If you're interested about the things that I go through, guys, and you want to know like how I get through life and what I'm doing and how signs and synchronicity show up in my life and how it's supposed to encourage you, you can sign up as a free member. There's a link to my free mobile app in the description box. You can join in. You can even meet some of the other people there. But if you want to check in to see like how I get through my day and how these certain life situations that happen to me are there to encourage you and enlighten you, I highly recommend that you just, join in, no cost to you, because there are certain things in the app, features in the app that everyone has access to as long as they're, just signed up as like a free member or something like that. I talked about that on my app today, about how even my telepathic conversation with my person was encouraging me to do these things today. And I ran into this reading, and it was a pick-a-card reading, and I don't like pick-a-card readings. Unless my guides tell me you need to watch, and this is one of those things that I've never seen this person before. She did a very different one for pile 2, and she had this letter, and there were some things in there that were verbatim from what my own person told me about what he was encouraging me to do today, which was talking about my joy and doing something fun for myself and not worrying, and just like to trust and to be patient and to like keep going. You're doing the hard work, keep up the great work type of thing. Even all of that, everyone's working in my favor, and I have to believe in that, but I also have to do my part by actually doing that. They give me the encouragement. They give me the guidance. I have to do my part to make it happen. And then the angels and God does the rest. So some of you have been doing this. You've been in the wilderness season, but you're maintaining your high vibration. You're doing what is necessary so that the enemy doesn't rob you of your joy. You're getting out of bed. You're like, nope, not today. I'm not going to stay here and waste another day. I'm going to put my foot 2 feet off the bed. I got this. Let me go do what brings me joy. And you do it. And when you get over that hump, you're smooth sailing after that. And all those worries fade away. Sometimes the enemy really likes to get you when you're down. It's like beating a dead horse almost, right? They try to go in for the kill. When your vibration is that low, that's not good. So some of you, it looks like there's some help coming in. And I'm hearing destiny helpers because of the wings. God is sending in some reinforcements for some of you. you've been rejected a lot, you're not getting the support, like people supporting the work that you do, not getting the clients, not getting the sales, or not enough to sustain you, right? But you continue to have faith and to have trust. You're doing your work. You're continuing to level up. You keep going. It's been a long, hard journey in this wilderness season, okay? It's like when the Israelites are out there in the wilderness after they leave Egypt. And remember, if you know that story, at some point they were complaining, what? All we get is manna? Why are we still walking out here? Where's the promised land? It was better in Egypt. And God's like, what? What do you mean it was better in Egypt? You want to be a slave again? Is this where God's like, I'm giving you bread. I'm giving you what you need. Yeah, you're not having all this other fruit and stuff that you have, but you were enslaved. Like, why would you want to be in that? You see what God does? It's like when God took me out of my 9 to 5 job. Would you want to be enslaved in that? Because that, while the salary was fantastic and I met some cool people and I had some great benefits and stuff, it felt like I was enslaved, right? Because here's the thing. In order to get benefits, we have to work how many hours a week? 40. In order to get something back from your 401k, you got to work hard and put the money in. And then, you do all this stuff and all this money goes to this, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, you get the point. God's like, no, I'm not putting you there. And then God says, I want you to start your business. I want you to do this. And it was like, cool, everything was great until everything was not. But that's when I started to see the glory of God. And that is a wonderful thing to experience. Because no matter what, He still gave me what I needed. And if I needed the money for the help for something, I paid for that help. There even have been times, guys, where I felt compelled. I felt in my heart to donate to other people. Like I did this the other day. She was going through a very difficult time, very similar to me. And I was like, okay, well, then my ego said, what if I need that money? And then my other side was like the conscious type of thing. Why are you worrying about that? Your heart, your God's telling you to give something to her, and I did. I submitted something to her through PayPal. Because you know what? She helped me out with giving me encouragement about my living situation. She helped me. I didn't ask her for her help. She doesn't even know who the hell I am. I didn't pay for any services to get the help. The advice came to me for free. And it stuck in my head, especially when the enemy tried to get me to forget it. And God, I was like, I feel like I should give her something. And I sent her a donation. And it wasn't like a small thing, but I'm not saying any donation is appreciated, of course. But my guides were like, they gave me a specific number. And I gave her that specific number. And I said that to the universe. May it be multiplied for her 1,000-fold. May it be multiplied for me 1,000-fold, or whatever capacity. It doesn't mean you have to get $3,000 back, or $5,000 back, or $10,000 back. That abundance is going to come back to me in a different way. So some of you, your ships are coming in. You're very, very close to coming out of your wilderness season. There's destiny helpers coming in, money, resources coming in, because you've been manifesting it. But what's happening is you've been keeping your vibration so high that you're manifesting something that is beyond your imagination. I said this, okay, so I had a live last Wednesday night. So if you guys don't know, I do live members only readings and sessions where I give like free guidance and insight I do a collective reading for everybody, and then I allow the members to get their personal live readings if they so choose. So I was talking about manifestation and abundance and things, and I said, let's say you're trying to manifest having a certain income so you can pay your bills, right? Which is what we would want. But what God was telling me was, wait a minute. Wouldn't you want to have resources or an astronomical amount of money so you're not even thinking about even paying the bills? You see what I mean? Let's say your bills for the month are $1,000, right? And you're like, God, I just need an extra $1,000 to pay my bills. And God's like, okay, like we'll do that. But you're limiting yourself by saying, I want the $1,000 to pay my bills. When God says, I'm going to give you a tremendous amount of money, whether your business takes off or you have somebody else who's wealthy who supports you or something like that, where you're not worrying about bills ever again. Meaning you've got $1 million coming in every month as opposed to $1,000 to pay your bills. You see what I'm saying? Because when we're manifesting these things and you're like, why aren't these things manifesting for me? It's because God's got something way bigger than that. You can't put limitations on God. We're talking about God here. He created the earth. If you just look at the ocean alone, look how vast it is. That ocean is supposed to be a reminder to us from God, look at my limitlessness. Look at what I can do. And you're putting me in a box by telling me what I can only give you when I'm trying to give you more. This is why the Three of Wands is like, I'm trying to give you something way more expansive. And what's interesting is Jupiter is coming into Taurus on the 16th. If you're part of my weekly astrology stuff, and I know stuff has been going on and they haven't had me pay attention to that yet, but there's a big thing happening with Jupiter coming into Taurus on the 16th. Jupiter is the Santa Claus planet. He's the planet of abundance, of expansion, growth, faith, optimism. So depending on your rising sign, Jupiter is going to be doing different things. For some of you, you're growing pretty big. I mean, off the charts, right? Opportunities, career. Others of you, based off your rising sign, money is gonna drop out of the sky, okay? But you gotta be careful when these things come in, because we know the shadow side of Jupiter. Jupiter can do too much, or you can do too much of what it is that you get, or you can, like, let's say you get $1 million, like you win the lottery and then you blow it all in 2 months, right? Then what did you just do? But you get my point. Anyway, God's trying to get us to see that we have the ability to manifest bigger things than what we're thinking about. But it requires us to not have a lack mentality. We are always abundant because we're always God within. Okay? You have to trust God and trust the universe in this. But it's a process. It is a process. Okay? And again, there is help there for you. Some of you are being asked to ask for help with regards to raising your vibration to help you to be in a more abundant mindset. Somebody who can help you follow your joy, the path to joy. That's kind of funny because that's part of my North Star alignment reading. That North Star alignment reading tells you what your path to joy is. If you don't know what your path to joy is, that reading can very well help you out with that. If you already had that reading done, go rewatch it on your Capella page. By the way, if you are a client of mine or you end up booking a reading with me, you get your own web page with all of your readings in one spot. And I'm planning on having more classes, and when I have classes, I put class materials in files on your page. You have a page dedicated to you that is password protected, And you can watch all of your readings whenever you want in the comfort of your own home and the comfort of your own Capella page. Okay? I haven't heard anybody else who has this. I don't send you a link. It's not in YouTube. It's not on some other platform. You have your own webpage where you have all of your readings and any class courses that you may take in the future. It's all there. So some of you that have the North Star Alignment reading, I think it's time for you to rewatch that one. If you haven't had that one done yet, it'll help you with this. Your path to joy. North Star is your life's purpose, your mission, your true north. Look, as I'm saying this, here's the star card. Some of you, there's some fucking miracles coming in, and they're coming in with Jupiter coming into Taurus for those of you who are aligned. Alignment is everything. And the stars are aligning, the planets are aligning for this to happen, and Jupiter, Taurus is part of it. For some of you, you can't have Santa Claus come in and giving you the presents when you're disgruntled and you're just like, your energy is too low to receive it. Some of you, things are about to pop off. That's what I'm hearing, and I don't usually use that terminology, which is funny. Something, you're manifesting something big here, okay? I said you're manifesting something that you can't fathom here. It's like now people are coming to you to help you, to support you. There's a big blessing here. A very big blessing. This person's carrying 2 water jugs. And see how the water's coming out? And some people will be like, isn't that a waste? Isn't that... I knew it. On my walk, I kept seeing the sewers that said, or the water thingies that said water on them. It's like, why are they getting me signs of water? It's in here. You see how the water's coming out? Everyone's like, isn't he wasting water? He's not worried about that because he knows God is going to replenish it. It's like when Jesus was in that wedding at Cana? Is it? Right? And they ran out of wine, and he told them to fill those jars with water, and he turned them to wine. This is exactly what this is. But you have to have that faith. You have to have that trust that God can turn water into wine. That God is going to replenish what you've lost. That God is going to give you what you need. It's like he has a never-ending flow of abundance of water coming out of his jugs. And he probably has people on either side of him saying, what the hell are you doing, dude? You just went to get water and you're dumping it as you're walking? He doesn't care because he knows. He's got angel wings. He's supported by the divine. He's supported by God, the angels, the universe. Inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. Okay? Your purpose is what gives you that joy. It's exactly what I was talking about, right? And doing other things that give you joy. It doesn't have to be strictly mission work, but it does tie into it, which is why they told me, go do the live tonight, even though I did all this other stuff, because it's raising my vibration even more, because I love doing these things, right? I'm supposed to help people. I'm supposed to encourage, inspire, right? Be the beacon of light here for other people. Because I bet you $1 million, a lot of people, you're sitting there very quiet because it's like, oh shit, yeah, this is my situation. I needed to hear this today. This is why I tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want. A lot of people don't want to see the Five of Pentacles, but there's a beautiful side to everything, even in the Five of Pentacles. And for some of you, this is turning around because you have maintained your joy. You've maintained a high vibration. And look, when I said things are popping off, it's the 8 of Fire right here. Speed, activity, multitasking. For some of you, things are really gonna take off. There's some crazy past miracles happening, which is why I said Some of you are manifesting things. You're like, what did I just manifest? It's what I told you guys about today. I didn't manifest $1,000,000 today. Not yet. I manifested God clearing the schedule. God clearing everything so I could have my day. And I still had time with my son too. I had dinner with my son, and I still had my walk. I did so much for myself, but that was my choice. Okay? I'm not gonna sit around and have a pity party. Oh man, my life is shit and I'm not lucky. This, I can't believe I have to do this. You have the power to change it. You're not a victim here. You're the victor. There's nowhere in the Bible or nowhere that anybody says about you needing to be a victim. That's bullshit. Hi, Simone. Others of you, you're doing too much. You're running yourself ragged. Too many things are going on. Could very well be why you're depleted, why you feel sick, why you feel so nothing's ever good enough. Why are you doing everything and anything? Why does it have to be perfect? Why you gotta put your hand in every pot? God didn't tell you to do that. When you do less, you get more. I did so much less today, and I was doing self-care. I talked about self-care in the Divine Feminine reading. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend that you do. Okay? Self-care is everything. Some of you got too much going on. You got too much going on. Slow down, slow your roll. Take it easy. Some of you are rushing to do something. Like, be a little bit more patient. Go. You don't have to do it literally, but go find a pool float, just lounge in it for a few hours. Go sit out in the grass for a few hours. Go lie in your bed and just like have candles on and just stare off into space. I don't know. Go take a very long hike. Don't time yourself. Don't rush it with that 8 of Wands. Don't try to like be quick and Jack be nimble, Jack be quick and shit like that. Okay, they told me to look at the top of the deck. So see, some of you are manifesting the 10 of Cups. Family, love, and blessings. You're getting a lot of blessings. What did I say? What did I say? There's a union here. This is emotional and material wealth. Blending of families. You're finally going to have your family, your home, the material wealth. You're finally going to have that partner, right, who supports you. You're going to have some dogs maybe, or cats or whatever. There's like 2 people, child, and 2 dogs. The rainbow, okay? Peace. You're coming out of the wilderness season, some of you. You're going to have this beautiful, happy, blissful, harmonious life. Everything's just going to be smooth sailing from here on out. And you have the ship there. Because you stayed the course. We all know the ships that go out there, there's storms, there's whirlpools and all types of crazy stuff. Hurricanes. You got through it all. We all know that after there's a calm after every storm, and there, remember God's promise with the rainbow after the flooding? Others of you, your 5 of Pentacles issue is stemming from family issues. There's family discord. There's no, you and the family are not on the same level, right? There's like different belief systems and things like that. Maybe you're giving too much to family. Maybe it's money, or you're giving too much of your time and energy to family, or something like that. Some of you may feel very low right now because you don't have family support or you don't have love in your life. You don't have a happy family right now. Well, look, that starts with you. We're all energy, are we not? How we are affects everybody else. I see it time and time again. Which is why I said it's so important for us to maintain a high vibration. Because we affect other people's energies too. Splitting the deck with your joy still there. It's all about what you do with your life, guys. And you can have a happy life even when you have very little in the bank account. And when God sees you being happy, when you've lost all those things, when you don't have the money for the things that you had before, wait till you see what He's going to bring you when you learn to live your joy regardless of your circumstances. This energy keeps coming up. Now this is more about like self-worth, self-care, money, health. We're all responsible for all of that. But with the money part, you could very well be, some of you are in a wilderness season. And God put you there for a reason. But those people who complain about it, those people who continue to say they're unlucky and like, why do I have to keep going through this all the time? I'm tired of like not having the money for this, or I'm tired of being tired, I'm tired of being sick and tired. You keep complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. Guess what? You're coming from a place of lack. The universe ain't gonna give you shit. Plain and simple. I'm hearing it again. Thank God for the problems you don't have. Alright? Let's see what guidance we have for today. What guidance do we have for the collective? But guys, let me tell you, like, see, they're reminding me again. I need to do the abundance class. We're going to be in this class for 40 days, people. And we're going to work on your abundance mindset. So they're telling me to write it down. Whoa. And mind you, when we talk about abundance, I'm not just going to be talking about manifesting and things like, we're going to go over some serious shit, and we're also going to talk about self-care stuff. This is not just about listening to meditations and stuff. That's part of it, but it's not the end-all be-all. We're going to do some exercises. 40 days, guys. 40 days. Remember, a habit will be broken if you stick with it. 3 of Wands, keep going after you do it for 40 days. Wow. Spiritual support. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. You can't make it up here. You see how different this is, everybody? She went through the door. She's accepting the help. She has accepted the help. I allow you to support me, angels, as I grow to become more spiritually aware. Express your creativity. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. Create, create, create. Some of you, your feminine energy is shot. Your sacral shot. She's got a star above her head. Oh, I love it. Divine Mother is here. Mother Mary. Unconditional love. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. She's showing up in the reading, man. Give and receive the love you deserve. Yeah, I said some of you feel like you're worthless here. Oh. There's another message. Hold on. There's somebody here who, there's something about travel. I did say something about, remember when I said I used to travel a lot? I used to have all this money to be able to travel, me and my son, and take my own trips, and I don't have that anymore. But I found other ways to bring me joy and stuff like that. That could be for some of you, but I'm also getting that somebody is about to take a long trip. Somebody is at a distance. They have to cross a body of water, whether it's a lake, a river, or an ocean. They have this long-term goal. They've been making long-term plans to see you. Something about coming in to support you or offering you some things, right? Resources. Because maybe the angels are calling in this person. Remember, I said destiny helpers. That's spiritual support. Somebody may be planning to come see you, travel to see you, do something to help you out. But they may be fearing rejection from you, or you leaving them out of the cold because they left you out of the cold. They rejected you before. So somebody may be fearful of this, okay? Or somebody may be fearful of like relocating, or it could be traveling to see you to talk about Ten of Cups, having a family, getting married, moving in together. Yeah, it's like somebody is about, they've been making some plans to see you for a long time. It's like they make the plan to travel, and then they either cancel the ticket or they postpone the date, or they're like, wait, I don't know if I should go. What if I get rejected? What if I get blown out? What if I come knocking on the door and they don't open it? There's something about forgiveness here with this Five of Pentacles too. It's like we've been getting this energy too. Someone's about to travel to see you. They've been making plans, and it's like, this is having courage with the Wands energy. It's like, I've been manifesting this. I gotta take action on it. I can't let the fear of rejection or abandonment or the door slamming in my face get me in my way. So for whoever this is, you have to keep going. You've already made the plans or whatever. Because remember, in the Divine Feminine reading, we had Two of Wands, did we not? Three of Wands is after. This is stepping out of the comfort zone. So someone could very well be on their way already to see you. They're executing their long-term plans to come to you, to support you, to talk to you, to knock on your door and have a discussion about something. Because this person's trusting the universe. They're believing in miracles. They're believing in the impossible. And the Eight of Fire is communication. It's travel. Unexpected visitor. Okay? Something's aligning with the plans for this to happen. But anyway, I say that because Mother Mary was the one who's reminding me of the other message that I picked up on. Mila's Wish. Mila's Wish by Daniel K. just happened. Somebody's been wishing, they've been praying to God, wishing on a star that when they communicate, when they come forward, when they come to see you, that you're not going to slam the door in their face. Because that energy of someone showing up at your door unexpectedly, knocking on your door, it's getting stronger, because that ship is almost there. Okay. It's like that person's already on their way. They're almost there. Anyway, Mother Mary was telling me about this because helping me give and receive the love I deserve, right? That Five of Pentacles, this person may be feeling I'm not deserving. I felt for too long I didn't deserve you type of thing. This person may be coming to talk to you about some difficulties they've been through. They may have been dealing with financial hardships, illnesses of whatever kind, or family illnesses, because the Ten of Cups is there. A lot of things, family issues were going on with this person. Maybe being in court battles and having to drain out their bank account every time to try to get custody of the child, or trying to keep the child safe, or something like that, right? Something with child support. There's a lot going on. For others of you, if you're dealing with somebody and they're trying to have the faith that they want you to be understanding, right? The unconditional love that Mary gives, that God gives, that Jesus gives, that Mary Magdalene gives, that a divine feminine gives. She's calling upon all of us to have unconditional love for ourselves and for the people who we may have been rejected by, who may have left us out in the cold, left us out in the dust, okay? Because there is somebody here who's having the courage to come, like, to talk to you about something, to see you about something, because they were going through a lot of difficulties. We can't chastise people, we can't judge people for going through family issues, right? Through difficulties. This message keeps coming up too. You can't have a harmonious sacred union. You cannot have the Ten of Cups if you don't have unconditional love for yourself, for that person, and for other people. This could very well be for that person who's about to execute their travel plans to see somebody, to talk to them. You're being given the spiritual support, just have to accept it. But remember, part of that is you're going to have the faith and the trust in God that this is going to go well when you know it's going to go well. It's like doing it in a creative way. When you're coming in to see this person or talk to this person, the others of you, you're tapping into your creative abilities. That ties into your mission work, guys. It ties into your North Star, your purpose. So spiritual support says, there is more spiritual support around you than you realize. There are angels before you, behind you, above you, and on all sides. These divine beings are here to guide, reassure, and love you. Feel the blessings of the angels who are surrounding you at this time so that they can help you be more at peace and free of any restrictions in your life. You are supported by angels on every step of your spiritual journey. Open your heart and accept this support. They're just reiterating what I was channeling, guys. Accept the support. These people, the angels, some of you asked for it. It's been given to you in human form or whatever capacity, you're being asked to accept it. The angelic realm is supporting you at this time with regards to decisions you have made. You have been unsure about some areas of your life, and they want to assure you that all is well and guided. They are offering help with any concerns you have at this time, encouraging you to become aware that they are supporting you in every area of your life, including the challenging ones. Be aware that every part of your life is part of your spiritual journey, and you will be guided all the way. It's not like when you hit the brick wall that God and your angels are going to abandon you. Some of you have abandonment issues, or you kept being abandoned, or someone, like, you had loss after loss after loss, and you haven't been able to heal from that. Okay? Now for me, I didn't have, some of you, this is loss of people or loss of things, or a combination of both. Now for me, I had a lot of rejection, a lot of abandonment, even doing my mission work. The support hasn't always been there. I do get support, right, and I'm grateful for that, but based on what I do, and some people probably don't know this is not some glorious thing that you're looking at, okay? I'm doing this for a very different reason. I've got a very different mission and a very different purpose, and I know where God is heading me towards. It's very different than most people. but I still keep at it. And I've had a lot of losses, especially in the 3D world, the past year or two alone. You don't see me with very negative energy. You don't see me like, I'm still very effervescent, bubbly, and like energetic and stuff like that, right? Because I gotta be. And I gotta do the stuff to make sure that I'm in that energy so I can encourage you guys. So I can be an example. Hey, a lot of you know what I've been through, but I don't feel like shit. I don't feel like I'm living a shitty life. I don't feel like I'm unlucky. I was out there like, I'm so blessed it's not even funny. And I'm lounging in a pool float, people. I'm not in a casino winning millions of dollars saying I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky that I get to do that stuff. When I know so many people don't have that luxury, we have to really look at what luxury is, guys. It's not about like Rolexes and mansions and Range Rovers and stuff. It can very well be as simple as you being on a pool float in your parents' backyard, being surrounded by palm trees and birds in the blue sky. When we all know that there are people out there don't have clothing, all right? They're very malnourished and they have like rice milk to have to eat all day, or for part of the day if they even have that. Living in war-torn countries, living in oppression. Now I'm getting an energy, but when I talk about redefining success for you, we need to redefine what luxury is. And sure, God wants us to have the mansions and the Rolexes and things, but He wants us to understand that's not really His full definition of luxury. This is kind of interesting. This is coming to me now because they're telling me, reminding me of what I was thanking God for when I was in that backyard. It actually like made me choke up. Something so simple that I felt so lucky and blessed to have. And that's when we make lemonade out of lemons, guys, because a lot of you know I didn't want to be here. But look what I got in the end. And I know this isn't the end for me. I know I'm on a detour. So I'm making the most of it. I'm seeing the silver lining in everything, right? I may not have the resources right now to get my own place to live again, but I know that that's what God and I are working on. I gotta do my part. And those of you who've been doing your part, there's some crazy shit coming into your life. Because you redefine what success is. You redefine what luxury is. We all know too well so many people who have all this money and they're miserable. What kind of life is that? They don't have true love in their lives. They don't get to be out in their backyard enjoying their Olympic-sized pool and being on their float all day. Like, what's the point of having an Olympic-sized pool and you can't even fucking enjoy it? You get what I'm saying? It's like even when God gives you that type of wealth, you are still going to be asked to enjoy it and not take advantage of those things. But you're always supported no matter what happens. But we've got to pull ourselves away from that 3D world because it does us in. It totally gets us out of realignment. And some of you, it could be you have the money, but you don't have the health because there's something else that's missing. There's something else that you gotta heal. You've been through so many losses. You don't even, the money's great, but you've been through so many losses or rejection or abandonment, you don't know what to do with yourself. You can't get out of bed every day. Some of you need to seek out help from people who've been through losses, but they know how to overcome them. I'm one of them. But God put me in certain situations to be able for me to teach this to people. But what's funny is that I can't give all my secrets away because I know my worth. But I've already given you plenty of things to go by first. But remember, this is a collective reading. All of you are dealing with Five of Pentacles in a very different way. And remember, a lot of you, the help has been sent to you. You either accept it or you don't. That is your choice. But if you're expecting things to just miraculously happen without accepting the support that you asked for, you got another thing coming. And again, what we pray for comes to us in ways that we don't expect. I'm living proof that every time there's always something even greater that I receive. There's something, there's an ability that I gain. There is a gift that gets activated. It's like that's preparing me for other bigger things. It's like some of us need to look at it that way. You are a creative being, and the angels are encouraging you to tap into your gifts so that you can share your talents with the world. These can go beyond an art form or even music, as you are constantly creating your life. You are being handed a blank canvas by the angels and encouraged to paint what happens next. I know there's a painter here. Creative energy is flowing through you right now. Take some time to express the divine gift that you have. You are an artist with the phenomenal ability to create your life in the light of your creator. In order to take the next step, you are being encouraged to paint it or write or sing about it. Bring it into creation in a loving, expressive way. Well, isn't that kind of funny how I was talking about how I sang for 3 hours? I haven't done that, I don't know if ever. There were a couple of songs they told me to stop moving around in the pool and just kind of lounge there, and I had put my head back on the edge of the pool to keep me from moving around. And I was basking in the sun, and they just told me to meditate, not sing. I was singing in my head. They didn't want me to move my mouth, and I was singing in my head. They just want me to just be for, like, I think it was 10 minutes. But I was still singing in my head. It wasn't singing through my mouth, but I was singing in my head. So some of you, this is just sing it out, talk it out, write it out, get your musical instruments, learn a musical instrument. I don't know what you guys have to, you have something artistic, you have this creative ability, do something with it. That's the path to your joy. That's part of the path to your joy. Creativity helps us to unblock a lot of things. Unconditional love. You are blessed to receive the guidance and support of the Divine Mother at this time. Her nurturing and loving spirit fills your energy like a cup so that you can feel whole again. Together with her angels, she knows that at times you can feel unloved and find it difficult to share your love with others. She is here to help you see that it is just as blessed to give as to receive. You have given so much of yourself in life and love. Now it's time to receive. You are never too old to be mothered, and the Divine Mother sends her blessings to you at this time so that you can feel wrapped and secure in her love. You are being encouraged to love yourself and to see that you are deserving of love so that the Divine Mother can work with your angels to bring healing and miracles into your life. You are a being of unconditional love. It's natural to love and be loved because it's who you are. The Divine Mother is divine mothering energy that runs through every belief system in the world. In India, she is seen as Shakti and Parvati. I talked about Parvati in my Divine Feminine reading, did I not? And I did mention Shakti too. In the East, she is seen as Kuan Yin, and in many other places, she is seen as Mary. Whatever you call this energy, she exists within us all. In this case, the Divine Mother is Mary, the Queen of the Angels. Whatever face or name you give her, she will be there for you in time of need. There's always some high divine being showing up in these readings, guys. Which makes sense why they had me change it to Archangel readings. Because a lot of us are in dire need of the support. of the archangels, but we need to ask for it of the angelic realm, of the ascended masters. We have to ask for it, but we have to accept the help. Okay? And remember, even though Mother Mary is around here to support us, when we're talking about unconditional love, we have to give that to ourselves and to other people. Even the people who reject us, even the people who abandon us, guys. I'm hearing somebody here feels rejected and abandoned by God, and you're having a hard time forgiving God for something that happened, something that you lost. I feel your pain all of a sudden, but the thing here is when you have lack of forgiveness in your heart, you're going to continue to experience this pain and this lack of joy. Hi, Phyllis. How are you? This is something that I work a lot with. Heart chakra clearing is important here. Let's see what else. What else? What other guidance do we have? Wow. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Archangels. We have Kukumi coming in again. Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Guys, it's coming up again. Doesn't he look like somebody we know? Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust her inner voice. See, trust what you know and trust her inner voice, guys. What is your heart telling you? Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. They're just reiterating what we've been talking about, guys. Paul the Venetian. Is Lady Nana the twin flame? I gotta look it up. Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. See, for the sharing the gifts, unconditional love with the pink rose here. Yeah, I'm gonna read the book, but I think these two are the twins because she's got the rose here too. But let me look that up. Don't quote me. Wow. We have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Wow. There's the unconditional love again right there. See? And Moria, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. You're always supported. Guys, God is not going to abandon you or forsaken you. You could be going through the darkest of the dark and whatever, but God is always going to be there. But you got to go find God. Okay? You got to go find the light here. Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Oh, we got the white noise again. Okay. Hi, Andrea. Kalima. Indiana Jones, right? Facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar, like the Eight of Wands. She's a powerful goddess, man. Like, ooh. She doesn't fear anything. See, major spiritual changes are unfolding. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you see how much support you have, guys? Look, 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 look. Spiritual support. Look at all these angels here. Look at all these people here, all these entities. You've got gods and goddesses, Master Buddha's here, like Krishna's here. Jeez, man. And look, Horus is at the bottom of the deck. Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Watch your thoughts. Watch your mindset. I'm not saying that you're going to have this happy, happy, joy, joy mindset in your head all day, every day. You can be that 98% of the day or 90%. But it's a matter of you elevating yourself. It's a matter of you getting up. And saying, it's like I did after I did my prayer and had my breakfast today, and it started to swoop in. I said, not today. I said, God, I am not going there. Give me the strength to get my vibration back up. And God's like, go to the pool. Little things like that, guys. Go to the pool. Whatever God's telling you to do. Let me look at Paul the Venetian here. Odin's twin flames, Freya. That's interesting because it says here Lady Nada is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene, but even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. She is the light force that helps us awaken our heart to the divine love we deserve. The light keeper whose essence allows the light within our heart to expand, revealing a true, real, naked, and vulnerable aspect of our soul. She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through a relationship, adventure, or experience. The cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present and divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. Okay. Here is Jess's ego coming in because they want me to say it. It's like all these cards came out, guys. I have to read all of the pages, and they said yes. So, as a light worker, as a teacher, as a beacon of light, faith, and hope, I need to be obedient. Take a deep breath and go through all of these. Because if you know me, they always have me reading the pages, the book, unless they tell me not to. And they're telling me to go through all of them because of the guidance that is here. Where's K? Not you, K. Letter K. So we got this the last time. Alright? Kutumi is an ascended master who appears as a well-dressed Indian man with a golden aura. His teachings were brought to the world by Madame Blavatsky in the 19th century. There are many different theories as to who his true identity is. Many believe he was a wandering man known as a rishi in India, dedicated to walking the path of spirit with very few material possessions. Others believe him to have been a well-educated Sikh spiritual leader who was given a pseudonym to protect his true identity. I believe that he lived a high life, but through spiritual practice was able to let go of his need for material possessions. Now he helps light workers go beyond the limits set by others and cultivate a personal connection to God. Knowledge is learned, wisdom is remembered. You are in a real cloak of wisdom now. Like Kutumi, you have been on a wandering path trying to find answers through studying the insights of others. But now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. Your soul is leading the way and you are being encouraged to follow. The fog is clearing, the light has come, and it is shining on you. Your soul is saying yes, it's your cheerleader. Follow it and trust the endless wisdom within you. Go, go, go. Trust the endless wisdom within you. And then we have Master Buddha. Hi, Cody. How are you? We'll get Mary Magdalene. The Buddha started his life as a rich, mollycoddled prince, but one day he broke free from the palace and was exposed to sickness, age, and death. This shook him and set him off on a spiritual adventure that would lead him to leave behind all earthly pleasures and seek enlightenment so that he could end suffering in the world. Now he helps us make contact with our inner teacher, encourages us to acknowledge how we feel, and then accept it so that we can move beyond the suffering we feel. You are moving beyond the illusions that fear has created so that you can be more focused on your priorities and what is serving you on this path. All suffering eventually comes to an end, and acknowledging how you really feel and what occurred in order for you to feel this way will help you move beyond it. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness will benefit you. Thoughts may arise now that solve issues in your life, home, relationships, or work. They are being sent to you from your inner teacher, the Buddha within. Paul the Venetian. You're glad retrograde will be ending tomorrow? Well, hey, you always gotta take one day at a time, Cody. But remember, there's still the shadow period. Paul the Venetian. He's said to be descended from Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. The Venetian refers to the fact that he was connected to Venice, Italy. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. He is the keeper of the light who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. He brings waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement and works with all artists, musicians, designers, and anyone else who needs support in channeling their talents. Whatever creative ideas you are having at this time, they are inspired by the divine. Paul the Venetian is here to help you channel your gifts. You may have felt blocked or held back in the past, but now it's time to recognize how talented you really are. Follow your bliss and share your grace. Your creativity is a gift to the world, and as you share it with all those around you, you make space in your heart for goodness to enter. Recognize your gifts today and express your creative self in a way that suits you. That's, again, in tying into express your creativity, right? And then we have Krishna. What's that Krishna song? I forgot it. Devotion. Krishna, the Hindu god who is known as Mahavatar, the great avatar, and embodies divine wisdom. One of India's best loved gods, he is an approachable, kind, loving, and supportive guide. He is a peaceful being with a great love for all people and animals. He is often depicted with a calf or a lamb, which is a symbol of innocence, and a peacock feather on his head, which is used to honor the divine feminine. He was the spiritual guide of the warrior soul, Arjuna, as related to the Hindu epic Bhagavad Gita, which really is a story of choosing love over fear, and helps us move beyond the limitations and wars our ego creates in our mind, and maybe even in the world around us. His twin flame is Radha. You have a deep spiritual connection and must trust the guidance that's coming through. Your devotion to the spiritual path has been recognized and may feel as if you've been on the mental emotional battlefield, but there are sweet messages of hope around you now. Krishna is here to boost your sense of connection to the divine and encourage you to act from your soul. If a decision needs to be made, ask yourself what will honor your soul or those around you. If you can choose the best for all involved, then you will feel even closer to the divine. When Sarah Returned is the title of the song. Somebody wants to know. See, there's somebody about somebody returning, okay? And Moria is a spiritual name that was given to protect the identity of Ranbir Singh, a spiritually aware man born into a powerful family that ruled Kashmir, a region in the Indian subcontinent, in the 19th century. It is said that he interceded both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the region in 1845. This white soul is now able to help us remove any energy from a life that is not serving us and our connection to God. He is a wonderful guide to call on if we are unsure if something is real or not. He helps us awaken our I am presence, which is our truest connection to our soul and to the universe itself. Spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you are cleansing your energy before putting on protection. And Moria is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are at now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Remember that within you there is a mighty soul light. Allow the light to shine through your entire being. Then call on Moria and his angels to surround you in a light that will keep you safe on all levels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. See, there's a strong message, guys, about connecting to them more, which includes being out in nature, all these other things. You ask for the support, but you accept the support in the way it comes to you. I'm trying to remember my alphabet. Odin. Odin is the Norse all-father god who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing god. His twin flame is Freya, and like her, he has a raven totem. The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mimir, so that he could gain the wisdom of the ages. He is a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us recognize that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. After all, we are the creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet too and works closely with signs, symbols, and omens. You are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the light keepers to say that they are honoring your work. Then we have Kali Ma. I need to watch that movie. My dad was watching it the other day. I gotta watch it again. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. It's like the death card. She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. She is a strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is a motherly energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. She is a twin flame of the god Shiva and has even been shown to slay his ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. This is a time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, But this is a space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kali Ma to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong, focused, and courageous. And then the overall is Horus. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun, twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for the ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you're influencing the energy around you, and how it in turn is influencing you. You are connected to the universe, and you have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out to the cosmos. Remember, again, it's like you send that stuff out, but you have the responsibility to, you get the help or something. You are, you accept the help, right? Even when it comes to in ways you don't expect. So it looks like that stellar chakra up there, that might be that. It's above her head. So let's see. Let's see what angel or archangels, whatever angels come through. Let's see which ones are going to best support us with this Five of Pentacles energy. Oh, hold on. I'm shuffling the angelic calendar there. I am also going to be doing something that is going to help you with working with angels. They're actually telling me to be high priestess about it. They don't want me to give my stuff away. But I said to you before, I'm going to start setting up some services that are particularly dealing with angel healing. That's what I've been called to do. I just can't talk about exactly how I'm going to be doing that. I'll announce, well, if you are a member of mine, if you're on the mobile app, I'm going to make an announcement when these services are available, because I'm being very called to start these things because a lot of us are needing to work more with the angelic realm going forward, okay? So if you are on the mobile app, you can download it for free if you want to catch wind of when these are available. I'll mention it in my lives or in my other videos and stuff like that on the community tab if I remember. Then those services are going to talk about, they will entail the different types of angel healing I will be creating. It's going to incorporate a lot of things. I'm telling you guys, it's like, if you just look at my website alone, you look at my Capella service suite, you know that I am very, very, very different when it comes to this type of work. Okay? So let's see what angel is going to support us the most with this energy. What angel can we call upon? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pagan Series, to help us with this situation. Several. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, guys? There, there's so much support. It's not even funny. We already talked about all the keepers of the light, everything else. You have 4 more cards. Wow. Look, 55 again. That's significant for all of us. Changes. This is Mebahaya. This is the angel that helps with intellectual lucidity, clarity of ideas that allow goodness and kindness, understanding through the senses, adjust and regulate desires. It helps, he or she helps with the harmonization of behavior, sense of duty and responsibility, opens the heart with discernment, consolation born through understanding, communicates the mystery of morality to the intellect, has profound mystical spiritual experience, is example of morality, exemplary behavior, and commitment, has the capacity to rectify in the collective level. Now here are the human distortions that this angel helps with. Excessive logic, dry, analytical mind, meaning that no creativity or very little creativity is expressed, right? The intuition is not trusted. It's not listened to. Everything has to be dry, written by the book. It has to be logical. This is the human distortion that this angel helps to eliminate, or at least make less excessive. This angel helps with the lack of lucidity, mental opacity, lies, dissatisfied perfectionist, complexes of superiority, inferiority, difficulty expressing emotions, negates all sentimentality, denies one's feelings, destroys spirituality, acts against the principles of morality, only interested in material things, failure, mistrust, opposes lots of things, fights positive ideas, capricious, selfish person, excessively focused on his appearance and exterior of beauty, maintains a facade of harmony, has a lack of kindness and love due to an overly rational mind and false concepts. Whoa. Okay. This is a little creepy here. I'm getting something. Okay, guys. Angel number 1. It is up to you to do some research on that angel, or you just call upon that angel by that name and see what comes to you. I just heard somebody say, I don't believe in angels. Well, I'm sending you unconditional love. If you're here to get some sort of support, some sort of insight or guidance, you're being asked to have an open heart, open mind about it. I can't force you to do anything, but apparently if you're here, you're trying to get some sort of solution to a problem. Instead of finding a problem to the solution. The other angel is Poyel, number 56. This is the angel about fortune, support, modesty, simplicity, altruism, providential gifts, fortune on all levels, creator of positive ideas and atmosphere and ambiance, talents, renown, and celebrity in complete humility, health, esteemed by all, ease of elocution, expresses oneself clearly and simply, agreeable disposition, hope, optimism, and has a sense of humor. Now, these are the human distortions. This is the angel that helps with these human distortions. Poverty, problems related to abundance, lack of resources, support and or lack of modesty, simplicity, and altruism, poor use of resources, excesses, exaggeration, squandering, worldly pleasures. Okay? Materialistic philosophy and lifestyle. There it is twice. Pride, ambition, wanting to rise above others, boasting, display of material wealth, feelings of inferiority and superiority, criticism, controversy, disdain puts others down, inhibition and mediocrity, absence of happiness, an unhappy person, ill humor. This is total Five of Pentacles, you guys. Illness, elocution problems, jokes that hide needs and judgments, false joy and fake smile or laughter. Oh my God. You can't make this up. You can't. You saw me shuffle. This is a new deck of cards that I have that they've asked me to use for you guys to start doing some angel work. Okay, guys. This is the angel you call upon for this stuff. I'm getting strong Capricorn energy. Some of you may have strong Capricorn energy. Or your Capricorn, whatever is in there, is poorly aspected. Number 35. Shavakia. This is the angel of reconciliation, harmonious family relationships, trust, family help and support, aware of the sacredness of family bonds, ability to bring out ancestral wisdom, brings people closer, reestablishes links, humanities and social sciences, loves peace, mediator and peacemaker, loyal to rewarded services appreciated, inheritance, sharing possessions, donations, return to lost paradise. That's funny that I was talking about donations. Here is the angel that helps with these human distortions. Family problems, disputes, quarrels, disunity, difficulty and discord related to inheritance, jealousy, envy, and treachery, excessive unhealthy attachment, possessiveness, seeks to control others, problems regarding ancient family traditions, holding on to the past, perpetuation of outdated ancestral family customs and behavioral patterns, forced marriage, wants to please the family at all costs, emotional and material dependency, lack of bonds, egoism, unfair trial, offense, ruin, narrow-mindedness, sectarianism, nationalism, racism, hereditary illnesses. What did I say about illnesses, about that been passed down to, and then the material like curses and stuff? It's showing up in here. Humanitarian problems, social disorganization and disorder. I think for some of you who I know who your birthdays are showing up on here. The last angel is number 12. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I think it's Hahaya or Hahaya. It's almost like a palindrome. Oh, I forgot to show you the name of this angel, the number 35, okay? So the other one is Hahaya. This is the angel of refuge, period of calm rest, meditation, interiorization, love and solitude. Helps us sleep, replenish ourselves, renew our energy, and balance our intimate and social lives. Inspires us to take care of our inner self and of our house or our home. Appreciation of cleanliness and order. Inner harmony through self-evaluation. Transforms destructive attitudes. isolates negative tendencies in a circle of energy, examination of one's personal life, dissolves aggression, facilitates the interpretation of dreams, grants access to occult mysteries, grants peace and protection, increases psychic abilities, and helps with positive attitude and using discretion. So this is the angel you call upon to help with these human distortions. Wow, this is a lot. The tendency to withdraw, isolate, self-isolation, alienation, escapism, flight, refusal to face one's responsibilities, or hyperactivity to camouflage one's problems, worries, insecurities, and emotional wounds or issues, over-independence, hermit attitude, a period of stress, agitation, lack of time for oneself, incapacity to interiorize, to meditate, excess or lack of social life, unsociable, antisocial behavior, tendency to harbor, brood over, and nourish emotional problems or refusal to face them, the tendency to sulk. That is Five of Pentacles energy too, right? Self, the pity party. Impulsiveness, aggression, addictions, dependencies, negativity, indiscretion, lies, breach of trust, betrayal, bitterness, resentment, resignation, grudge, or rancor, hallucinations, deceitful practice and wild imaginings of an unbalanced medium, confusion between dreams and reality, phobias, agoraphobia, claustrophobia, etc. Here's the angel. So the bottom of the deck is the angel Nelkael. Nelkael. Yeah. Facilitates learning, loves studying, successful in exams. Omniscience, ability to go from the concrete to the abstract, from reality to ideas. Gifted in science, technology, and poetry, understanding of geometry, astronomy, astrology, and mathematics. Inspires scientists and philosophers. Awareness of cosmic organization. Good concentration, ability to understand the benefits of mantra recitation for access to knowledge, to receive answers and communicate with the parallel worlds. Anticipation, protects against calumny, trickery, bewitchment, exorcism through knowledge. Teacher, excellent pedagogue. Did I say that right? What is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. This is the angel that helps with these human distortions. Difficulties in apprenticeship. This is about difficulties with being a student and learning from a mentor. Problems with exams, tendency to feel stressed, wants to please others, seeks success at all costs, studies motivated by ambition, haughty attitude, complexes of superiority and inferiority, ignorance, learning without understanding, seeks and uses knowledge for one's own ends, rejects learning and the learned, weak mentality, gets lost in abstraction, prejudices, vindictive behavior, erroneous mental structures, incapable of applying knowledge, bewitchment through lack of knowledge. So there we have it. So you've got these angels who can support, especially with the abundant stuff with Mevahaya and Koel. Yeah. You know, it's the first time I've used these, and it's just, it never ceases to amaze me because they're pretty much giving more support to those of you who need it. And this is why I'm doing more of the angel work. Okay? Oh, well, my candles went out. All right, so where are we? We're going to, I'm going to give you a wellness card, okay? What wellness tip do we have for this collective? Guys, we have 5 cards. All right, that's okay. It's all right. This just means, again, you have way more support. Remember they said up here, down here, left, right. It's all around you, okay? In a human form and in the higher form, okay? In the angelic realm, your guides, your angels, whatever, God. Um, it's weird because one came out in the reverse, which is the magic card came out in the reverse, okay? This is just guidance, guys. This is what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? You want these amazing things to come in your life. You're gonna have to like work through the difficulties here and learn to find your joy and like not focus so much on the material world. All right, so this is just, you know, Holy Spirit and everybody up there just saying there's a bit of work to do, and that's okay because I've been there. I remember I was talking about this the other day with a client or whatever, maybe before, when I first started doing this stuff and working with divination and everything. I got so many reversals and cards would fall out, like several of them. I'm like, oh God, I'm that distorted. And it was a little bit much because for so long, majority of my life, I was like a perfectionist, right? I got strong Virgo on my chart and all this air. I'm like, oh God, wait, what? I need to work on this stuff, but I realized the stuff that I need to work on, it was the cold hard truth. And I knew deep down inside, like, yeah, just that's what you gotta work on. And it's like, okay, let's work on that. And part of that was the materialistic world, right? Some of you know, like, it's in my chart. I'm gonna be vulnerable here. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. We all screw up. It's part of art school. But when we work through those things, everything just starts to align. And it's just going with the flow, and just like you see all these amazing things happen. Um, so this is a big one for some of you. Releasing anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but I recognize that holding onto it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as the human being they are. I release the anger I feel and free myself, freeing myself and expanding to love. Remember when I talked about like forgiveness and I think I said angerness and bitterness, but I know I said something about it's like somebody can't forgive God for something or forgive somebody for something, which leads to anger, bitterness, and resentment, or you're angry that you keep running into these financial issues or these health problems or something. Change your perspective. Like you've already been given a whole bunch of guidance here and what's that stemming from. And that's not coming from a place of judgment, okay? We all go through these things because we're here to learn to overcome all this stuff, all right? Yeah, we're gonna make mistakes, but the beauty in that is that we learn from those things. So whatever, for some of you, this is not gonna help you. Yes, it's a human emotion, but it lowers your vibration, okay? When you have anger, bitterness, and resentment in your heart, and you just can't like let go of that, and you're sitting there for a long time, and it keeps you from your joy, guess what you're attracting more of? You're attracting more of that energy into your life when you can't break that. It's like breaking the chains that bind you. For some, you've got to let go of this anger. You're going to feel so much more at peace when you do. Okay? Forgiveness is part of this. And for some of you, your anger is causing health issues. It affects the liver, it affects the heart, it affects a whole bunch of things, guys. Yeah, it does affect the liver. Okay? So, you gotta let go of that anger. Anger does cause health issues. Okay? I can speak forever about like working on that, but this is the guidance for right now because it's a collective reading. You're being asked to just let go of this. Your world will be so much more peaceful and you'll be attracting more positive energy because anger is stemming from demonic spirits. It's stemming from low vibrational energy. Okay? And again, anger does affect your health here. Go look it up. If you're that logical person, the one who needs to go look up everything, what did it say? Excessive logic, dry and analytical. Have an open heart and open mind. Go do some research, but the anger is affecting some of your organs, your health. Okay? There is also an ancestral pattern in your family for some of you that anger has been a thing and it's affecting your current lifetime. And some of you are being asked to be that chain breaker. All right, the cord cutter, the golden link where nope, you're breaking those ancestral patterns. Magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Look, guys, when you go out in nature, you feel the magic all around you. Like last night, my son and I, we saw an armadillo on our walk in the neighborhood, okay? An armadillo in South Florida. That is not that common. I had asked God for another sign that night, and He gave me the armadillo, and we looked it up, and we found out some amazing things. Okay? That's part of the magic, guys. It doesn't mean that you have to have some magical, Santa Claus dropping a sack of money in your front lawn. It's like you're looking at all the miracles that happen on every given day. Like today, just being outside and watching all these things, and I'm looking at how I realized one of the trees in the backyard, it didn't have any leaves on it, and I was like, why doesn't it have any leaves? Florida doesn't go through actual seasons, but apparently that tree does. And when I was really looking at it, I said, whoa, where did the leaves come from? I'm telling you, God works in miraculous ways because that tree was brown. It didn't have the leaves on it, and I'm looking at it, and the color green was just unreal. But all those leaves just bloomed all in one shot. It's like, how does that happen? That's part of the magic. That's part of the miracle in itself. And trees are here to provide oxygen, to provide shade, and homes for animals and stuff like that. They have their purpose, just like everything does. There are no such things as coincidences. The universe is way too intelligent for that. And a lot of us can't see that because we're having tunnel vision. We're just going by the logic and by what we've been taught. Some of you are so brilliant that it's like you have to expand your mind. Expansion, expand your horizons. Go just explore. Go think outside the box. You saw blue jays? I haven't seen blue jays for a week. Hi, you top up. Patience by Take That. Oh, I don't know that song. Sorry, Cody, I just looked at your stuff. Yeah, Mercury always has a shadow period. All planets have shadow. All planets have shadow periods. Commitment. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. You can't make it up. I don't know why I'm getting this. Do I know you? Somebody here, you ran into my channel or found out something about what I've been doing. I may have worked with you before. Yeah, I did. You're having a hard time with this. Somebody here is having a very hard time with what I'm channeling, and the cards are actually confirming what I have channeled. And you're trying to find logic into how this is happening. Because you don't see me manipulating anything, and you're trying to figure out there's no way that's just a coincidence. It's not. You can't make it up. I do this all the time. That's God and my angels. They're backing me up with what I've been channeling, with what I've been saying. Some of you, it's like you need cards for proof, or you're like, no, there's no way. And see, this commitment card is channeling what I talked about, the Three of Wands. I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires. I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. I said the ships are on their way. They're about to dock. Manifestation card, Three of Wands. You gotta stay committed to your goals. Look what this card says. It says goals on it. Look what this says at the top. It says goals. I don't know what, this is crazy because somebody's like not believing. And maybe I've been channeling things that are coming from you that you're going through, and you're like, how is it that that's pertaining to me? Apparently for somebody here, a couple of people, this is like a personal reading for you. That's the magic in all of this, ladies and gentlemen. The magic of the universe, the magic of the angelic realm, the magic of God. You cannot explain it. There's no logic to what those entities can do. Infinite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. What did I say about somebody painting and stuff like that? Art, work, this, you... Creativity. Creativity. Anybody remember the other one that talked about creativity? I know it wasn't Kali Mom. She's the other one. See, this is like really overcoming some sort of fear. I know one of the cards we were talking about creativity, it was one of these light workers. I can't remember which because I read a lot of stuff, but again, your infinite source of energy and creativity. You have some gift. I know one of you paints. You all have gifts, creative gifts. You're being asked to use them. And here's the other thing. You can create abundance for yourself when you're utilizing your creative gifts. Okay? Remember, abundance isn't just financial in nature. because some of you are going to go through a difficult period where you're doing your business with utilizing your gifts, your talents, your creativity, and you may not be getting the money from it all the time. But God's preparing something within you to have more than enough. Where, like I said, you're not just asking God to have the money to pay the bills. It's like Scrooge McDuck. You're gonna be swimming in that vault, and you're gonna be like, oh, all the bills were paid on the first of the month, type of thing, or whatever it is that you do. Or you'll pay for, like, you want a car, right? You don't have a car payment. You buy the car cash. You want a house. You don't have a mortgage, and you buy the house cash. This is where God wants to get everybody to. So remember, God has no limitations. If you pay attention to what He created this planet, where do you think this planet came from? Out of the sky? No. Well, maybe sort of, but you know what I mean. What does it say? Coming my way. Unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. Again, with the coming my way, on their way with the Three of Wands. The bottom of the deck is intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make of today whatever I want. My intention for the day is fill in the blank. Maybe some of you need to write this down. Every day, set an intention. Your intention could very well be, I intend for my day to be a relaxing, stellar day. And you keep that mindset, and you will have a relaxing, stellar day. My intention is to be at complete peace no matter what happens in my life. And you set that intention, you believe it, and you do your part, and God will do the rest. There's a calendar with a heart on it. Somebody has an intention of executing a plan. Again, with that Three of Wands in it. What are you doing now, Holy Spirit? Like Kay is a painter. She's gifted. Oh my God. Kay's got some godly gift, for sure. I mean, I've seen artwork, not that beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but if you should go look at Kay's website. Kay, put your website somewhere. You guys need to look at Kay's artwork. It's exquisite. I don't know how she does what she does, but that's a insane gift from God. So you could probably type in Kay Morris, right? What is it? K, letter K Morris art or something. If you guys Google that, you should find her stuff. You can use her as an example to see the type of talent that God gives us. Because some of you who are watching this, you have exceptional talents, okay? It's kind of like, look at Mozart, Vivaldi, and Beethoven, right? Super gifted with music. Not everybody has that talent. Some people have talent in the music industry, right? But some just like supersede others only because God blessed them with like extra magic in their talents. But that's for a reason, okay? It's not like somebody's better than anybody else. It's just that God blesses certain people with magnified talents or gifts for a reason, okay? that everyone's got some sort of gift to share. I was gonna do a collective love reading because that's what I've been doing, but they told me to scrap it. I'm being told love should not be focused on right now. So if anybody wants a personal reading, this is your time to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to go close out so I can take a quick shower. I still have sunblock on me and stuff, and get to bed. So this is your chance. If anybody wants a personal reading, you let me know. I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds. You know what? I forgot my pomegranate. Probably got one. You're welcome, Kay. Look, I can attest to this because it's been a long time coming to break out of the slack mentality. Like I said, the enemy likes to come in and screw me over with it, every now and again. But for the time being, I would rather be at peace and make my own schedule and be in my joy and get to do what I want when I'm balancing out my life. I'm not answering to anybody but God. God wants us to have an abundance of peace, tranquility, and joy. We are not taught that. We are programmed to have abundance equaling money, material possessions, and what defines us. It's what makes us successful. It's not. Look at how many people are just angry and bitter, and their health is failing, and they're stressed out, and they're worried all the time, and disgruntled. Why would you want to live life like that? Can't really enjoy life like that. And I think some people start to realize when they see other people very healthy, very vibrant, very happy, and they don't like it. I'm picking up on because I sent, what's funny? I think I gained quite a few subscribers because I put pictures of me in my bikini at the pool. And I laughed. And then I got some followers on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. But I was guided to do that, right? And that's also me being in my feminine power where I'm not going to be afraid of taking pictures of me with my top on and whatever and stuff like that. And me doing this. I'm being an example of teaching others about what brings you joy, right? So this could be an energy here where somebody around here is like, I posted that, or they know that I'm in my, my happy self, and I have things going for me. It may not be where I'm getting inundated by the money yet, because it's coming. It's in divine timing. But while I'm waiting, I'm still doing my work. I'm still finding my joy. I'm living my joy. While I just trust in God that what it is I am calling in will be coming in. And then some. And I think people start to realize that happiness is way more important than money and material possessions. Which is why they say money never brings you happiness. You can't rely on somebody else or something else to make you happy, guys. That depends on you. Anger is not going to help you. Jealousy is not going to help you either. We did get one of these cards, one of the angel cards, something about jealousy. Yeah, the human distortion, jealousy, envy, and treachery with Javakia, right? if those people can have that happiness and that type of freedom, you can too. You just gotta let go of the material world, stop having a lack mentality, and stop focusing on the 3D of things. Abundance is everybody's birthright, guys. And again, it's not just material wealth. It is health, joy, harmonious friendships, bliss, peace, tranquility. It's something that I had to learn. And even after everything that I've been through, my health is still great. I'm about to have a birthday in a few weeks. My birthday is like 10 days after my son's. I turned 43 on June 3rd. And I've got people who are like, they're flabbergasted when I tell them my age. But that's on me. I'm responsible for that. I remember when I told you about my family history with health, it's not good at all. At all, at all. And the doctors keep telling me, how is it possible? Because anything's possible through God. But I gotta do my part. And it's ironic, because I bet you people are like, how can someone who's just like going with the flow, they don't seem to be doing as much, right? Less is more. But they're in such great health, or this, and that. They're happy and they're joyous and they're energetic and they're bubbly. And they're like I do this all the time because I still have the energy even after what? 3 hours later? I worked very hard to get here. It took me years to get to where I'm at. But I had to let go of a lot of stuff. I had to purge out a lot of things. But it is achievable. You gotta set those goals and you gotta stay committed. You set those routines. You find out what those routines are and you stick to it. Remember, breaking the habit takes about 40 days. And then you reprogram yourself, and then you have a completely new operating system running through your body. Now you're operating alongside what, similar to what the archangels are, your guides, your ancestors. And things just start to flow. And like I said today, you start manifesting things you weren't even thinking about. Like manifesting things that your heart's really desiring, because God knows every little thing that you are desiring. But it's a matter of clearing those lower vibration energies and being in alignment with it. Setting the intention to stick to your goals, to change up your routine that work out for your highest good. I can give you all the guidance in the world, right? I can give you tips that I do. You can either follow what I do to the T, or you can do some of that and tweak it a little bit. That's what I did. I got some guidance from all this other stuff. I paid for Mind Valley subscription, okay? A whole year. That was one of the best things I could invest in my money. I paid and invested in a Patreon for a reader years ago when I was guided to do it. I did. It's funny because remember that reading that I booked a while ago? My guides are like, no, that's the wrong reader. Be careful with that. I also asked for a reading, and the person missed my email because my guides are like, no, you don't need this. Remember, rejection's protection too, guys. But if God sends you like the real deal help, and God sends you somewhere where it's like, it hits your soul, it hits your core, and you're like, yeah, I need to work on that. That's the person that you've asked for. That's the help that you've asked for, that God has sent with you. You know, and this work is not easy at all. But over time, it gets better, and you become more aligned. Even when the enemy tries to throw you off, You're gonna be like, not today, I'm not doing it. You become that much stronger when the opposition stares you in the face. Because when you come into that wealth, the fame, the fortune, whatever this is, you're become more of the public eye. The more opposition you're gonna get. And how are you gonna handle it if you're not ready? A pomegranate, yeah. You remember how I realized that Archangel Sandalphon was supporting me with the music and my messages? Distant Fortune is playing right now by Daniel Cade. You can Shazam this song right now if you don't believe me, because I was going to show you my laptop, and my guys are like, you don't need to do that. Go check the timestamp. It's 191:08, 191 minutes. You can calculate that to hours. Go back to this point. Go look up Distant Fortune by Daniel Cade, Kaede. I just talked about fortune, did I not? And they said, just look at the song. Some of you, your fortune is distant right now because you gotta break free of this materialistic mindset, this lack mentality, the worry surrounding material things, or you focusing on being the victim so much, or the illnesses that you keep running yourself into, or maybe you have an illness that's just nobody's finding a cure, or it's just been like, you think it's ruining your life. Why would God do this to me? No. The miracles exist, okay? They happen all day, every day. You gotta look for the little ones. So yeah, some of you, your fortune is distant right now because you're working towards getting into alignment with the fortune. Remember, anything that you are harboring that is low and it's affecting your health and it's dimming your light, how does that make sense that you're expecting to attract that same thing? It doesn't make sense. Like attracts like. It's kind of like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. Take that how you see fit. Well, they're not square, are they? They usually fit in the hole, but you know what I mean. If you're playing with blocks like in kindergarten, whatever, you got those pegs and you got the circle, right? But the block is bigger than the circle or whatever. The prism, not the prism, but you know what I mean. The rectangular thing is bigger than the hole. You get the point. How do you expect the square peg to fit into the round hole? Fit into the hole. Round hole is kind of redundant. Thank you for the donation, Jason, by the way. I was, see what they do to me? They're like, somebody's masculine wants to say something. If you haven't seen this before, I know some of you have, but some of you haven't. It's my Unspoken Words Oracle deck. It's my Divine Masculine Unspoken Words Oracle deck. first one I ever created. Oh, God willing, I gotta like really set the intention that I'm going to get the shadow deck out. The shadow deck is blunt, truth in your face. You don't want to hear it, but you have to hear it. Guidance, okay? I have all these projects up my sleeve. It's like, oh my God, where do I begin? But of course, God's like, you go chill out, which I did. So what does the masculine collective want to say at this time? Holy Spirit, angels, galactic families, praying, Syrians, please and thank you. Woo! I now understand the purpose in this connection. That's for those of you who understand the purpose in this connection, because what I'm getting through is that there may be some new people here. And welcome if you are new. I totally forgot to say this. My name is Jessica, but I go by Jess. I prefer it that way. Nobody really calls me Jessica. It sounds weird even to say it. But anyway, I'm glad you were here if you were new, because it looks like there are new people here, because I'm getting like, whoa, there's a lot here that needs to be worked on, and that's okay. All right? We all start off somewhere. Trust me, I was one of them. Okay? Nobody's perfect. But for those who are aligned, you know the purpose and why you're going through Five of Pentacles, why you're going through these difficulties and challenges, because you understand the purpose, not just in your connection with your person, but you understand the purpose in everything in life. Even when things don't look so great. That is mastery of spirituality. It's like the Hermit card. Right? We got Hermit energy in here somewhere. So it's like, yeah, Hermit attitude. But not being overly hermity, right? So for some of the masculines, it's not all of you just yet. Not just yet. They could very well start to have an understanding of it. They're leaning towards it, and they're better becoming closer to the divine. Right? This could very well be understanding why they rejected you and why you rejected them. Okay? There's growth here. There's expansion with the Three of Wands. It's a journey. Rejection is protection, but there's also learning things about what we need to change, about our mindset, not being a victim all the time, right? Like attracts like. Lack attracts lack. For some masculines, it takes a long time for them to fully understand the purpose. They'll start like coming into this understanding, but when they're like really aligned, they will fully understand it. And it's not about the material world, it's not about status, it's not about titles, it's not about money. It's about unconditional love, it's about facing fears, it's about abundance in all forms, abundance and peace and creativity and confidence and all those things that were talked about. Bottom of the deck is just because I'm silent doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you, because I do. Because some of them, they've been trying to understand the purpose of everything. I have a air purifier, but it's all the way back there. But everybody's been talking about sound issues since I started doing these Archangel readings, so if there's any other interference, it's not me. I don't have a fan anywhere other than there's an air purifier, which is not really a fan, it's all the way back there. So, you're dealing with some masculine who's not talking, that is okay. If anything, you should be telepathically talking with them, which I've been doing with my person for years. Okay? But they do want to talk to you. But this is more of, they want to talk to you. For some of you, they want to talk to you now more about this connection. Because they know when they come back in, they don't want to just be having the same conversations that you did with them before. They want to be having these conversations that are insightful, that are impactful, that are intellectual, okay? That there's some meaning behind it. And this could very well be about maybe communication coming in, because we did see that Eight of Wands there. This could be because they want to talk to you in person about it. This, right, just because I'm silent may mean that they would rather come to your door. They would come to see you to talk about this when they are ready to do it. Okay? I can tell you the energy that they'll be wanting to talk to you about this connection, how they now understand it. They didn't understand it before. And this could happen 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, because this is energy. There's no time frame to this, okay? I'm going to ask you to move in with me. Well, oh boy, this energy keeps showing up. I'll see. That's what I was saying, someone showing up at your door to talk about things. Travel. Let's go on a trip. Let's talk about this. Let's go move over to this state, to this country. You never know. I'm working on my financial security and stability so I can give you the world and provide for you. That's one of the reasons why they're silent. Because the role of a divine masculine Christ is supposed to protect and provide the home, the family, and the feminine. They gotta make sure that their finances are in check, their ducks are in a row. Remember what I talked about with the 10 of Cups here? They've been having financial issues with the family. They talked about inheritance. Okay, they had to go through legal battles with getting an inheritance of an estate, of money in the will, you name it. Okay, family feuds over who's getting the money, who's getting the house, who's getting this. It's like somebody, like a parent passed away or something, and they willed the money to like one child instead of all the child, or they didn't divvy up the money or something like that. You can't be in a connection with someone when they're dealing with these types of issues, guys. It's not harmonious. That has to be cleared out. That's part of like that karmic contract stuff. So they could have very well been silent because they were going through illnesses, feeling undeserving of you, feeling lack of confidence, like self-pity, right? Just like nothing good ever happens to me, so I'm going to sit here and just sulk, right? No, we got that sulk energy in the angel card. That person has to come out of that. Remember, lack attracts lack. You don't want somebody to be around you who is Five of Pentacles, like low vibrational, because that affects your energy too. So some of them, they've been silent because they've been going through a lot of hardships. Not just financial, but there's health issues too. And there are things going on with the family. We've gotten a lot of these family issue energies, right? You have to have the respect for this person to go deal with what they need to deal with. And if they're having money issues and they're like, I can't provide for you, I need to work on that. That's what they've been working on. They want to give you the world. Didn't I say this in the feminine reading? I'm trying to forgive myself for what I've done. Please understand this. Yeah, there's something about rejecting you, leaving you out in the cold, leaving you out in the dust here. They could very well have been pretty angry about doing that too. You cannot have harmonious anything in your life if you're harboring those things. If you can't forgive yourself, other people, if you're still angry about what you did and didn't do, if you're still angry at this person for doing whatever to you, no. Everyone goes through stuff you know nothing about, and they project that stuff onto you. So, while Mercury is coming out of retro, we're still dealing with 2 weeks of the shadow period. So by the time June rolls around, then we're really going to be good. But you know what? We can't be looking at Mercury retrograde like it's the worst thing in the world. If you're thinking that, you're projecting worst things of the world coming with a Mercury retrograde. Usually for me, this has been the easiest Mercury retrograde. And if you look at the other transits, guys, this was supposed to be an easy Mercury retrograde. This was an excellent time to review, to relearn, to reassess the re's, right? Reevaluate. Did I say that already? Sure, we didn't have travel issues and communication issues, but why? It's so weird that people, when I learned about this stuff, it's so weird that people start freaking out about Mercury retrograde. Like, why are we giving into fear with a planet going retrograde? Like, no. Every planet's got to do that. It's part of the balance. Okay? This just me. I'm not trying to make fun of people who do that, because I know people freak out in Mercury retrogrades. But think of it this way. If you go into a Mercury retrograde already fearing the worst, you're going to manifest that. Which is why it's like, okay, I'm just going to go rehash some stuff. This is a great opportunity for me to like look at my work. I do this every Mercury retrograde, which is why my stuff is changing. How can I get to better alignment? What can I remove from my life? What can I reintegrate? What can I step up my game with? What can I improve? So, in even retrogrades, guys, because I think Pluto's in retrograde now, right? There's always an ebb and flow. We're going forward, we're going backward to go forward even further. It's like, it's a cycle. And the better we're able to adapt to those changes with whatever retrogrades bring for whatever planet, the better we are at handling whatever changes come our way. It's like some people may be feeling victimized by Mercury retrograde. Ah, oh, Mercury retrograde messed me up and did this to me and blah, 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 blah. Really? You're going to blame a planet? You're going to blame a planet. You're falling victim to Mercury. That makes no damn sense. No sense. If anything, Mercury is supposed to teach you something. We have the bigger planets as teachers, like Saturn, Jupiter can do that too. But I see retrogrades as whatever that planet represents, we're learning things from whatever those planets are or teaching us or they're representing. They're all teaching us something. We're always learning. So we can't even fall victim to the planets either. right? Like with seasons and zodiac signs and all these things, it's not just the end all be all with what's going up there. It is part of it, but it's all it's a whole big system of things that God creates in order for us to better ourselves and to tap into our full potential. But anyway, that's what I got. So yeah, um, I am done here. Thank you, Jason, for the donation, by the way. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold. But remember, it does not have to be 1,000 times whatever you donated. It will be returned to you in very different ways. Okay. Remember when I talked about even making donations, because donations is here. Even when you have very little, God works bigger miracles for those who still give even when they have very little. It's like I was guided to give that person that donation the other day. And I've done that every time when it feels like I'm at a point again where, it's like it's a slow month or whatever, and I still give. And God just like, it's like that time I told you when I gave the last of my $20 to the homeless man. And God blessed me with that, like 1,000-fold the next day. Okay? God does stuff like that. But you gotta believe in that. You can't be like, oh my God, I gave him like $20, and oh my God, what am I gonna do, what am I gonna do, no worry, no stress. I said, this guy needs it more than I do, and he did. And God totally turned that around. And I still do that to this day. Whether I'm having a great month or I'm having a slow month, it does not matter. Because God sees that other people can benefit from that. Money is energy. And when God sees that we have so very little and we're still giving to others in whatever capacity, it doesn't have to be money, time, talent, energy. He's going to return that to you in more ways than one. Yeah, the angel, Shevakia, inheritance, sharing possessions, and donations. So we already know Jason's going to be, I'm hearing it from this angel. This angel's going to come to visit you and bless you with something. Right? Some sort of support with something. Right here. Alright. I gotta get the hell out of here. Woo! Take a shower. Get the sunblock off of me. Still has like pool water. What are you doing, silly? Alright. How's about it? I could sign off here. Can you hold on a couple minutes? Oh, because that was only going to take 1 minute. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, honey. See what happens. That's all right. Yeah, we have to share a bathroom these days. We've been getting used to it. We kind of like, it's been challenging. Because my parents are already asleep and the other bathroom's over there. And so we're not like going in there. So I guess my son's going to take a shower now and I'll just do whatever. Right? You gotta make do with what you have. I gotta be grateful that we even have another bathroom that's working. And it's a nice bathroom. You know what I mean? So, I'll probably read a book or something, or I don't know. Or maybe I'll just go to sleep with my sunblock left over on or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Alright, guys. That's what I'm saying. See the humor. It's funny because it tends to happen like that. So we kind of have to communicate with each other. Hey, are you gonna take a shower? Yeah. Let me go pee first. Let me go brush my teeth. Right? We do things like that. So it's like it's funny how it works. But you know, I let him go do his stuff. Either I'll go to bed or I'll just take it after he does. I'll probably go to bed because it's already so late. But anyway. Look at that. The name of that song was Painters by Clarin Delaney. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, guys. And I created this playlist, what, last year, right? I created this playlist in honor of my divine counterpart because he plays acoustic guitar. He's a genius musician. You know it. You know you are. Very gifted. I mean, he's so brilliant. It's, jeez. And I thought I was smart. I mean, I am. I'm brilliant too, but he takes the cake. It's a big turn on. I'll say that much. But he's a very gifted musician. I saw it from day one. But anyway, this playlist is in honor of him. So, and it's funny how these songs come up now and as part of my reading. So it's you can't make that up either. All right, everybody. You're at 58, Jason? That's awesome. Yeah, you'll get there real fast. Good for you. If you haven't liked this video, you can share it because they can watch the playback, okay? It's not as long as the other ones, but it's very insightful. So I hope this illuminated your well-being to all those mothers out there, single, non-single, like married, whatever, the single dads. Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy yourself. Remember, if you're being pulled to do things you don't want to do, well, weigh up the options, okay? Like, make compromises if you need to. But if other people are dictating your day, I would highly recommend don't do any chores, please. Do something for yourself, okay? You deserve it. Do something for you. Do not go into superwoman mode and start doing things, please. You shouldn't be doing that all the time anyway, whether it's Mother's Day or not, okay? Have a beautiful day. Thank you for all that you do. May you have an abundance of peace, love, tranquility on your day. I'm getting an energy here that somebody may have lost a mother recently, or your mother isn't around, or you lost a child. So my prayers and love go out to you. Just know they are with you in spirit. I'm seeing a lot of smiles. Someone's got short, kind of like wavy, dark hair. There's a little girl. Baby. I also see like a pink dress and like golden hair and pigtails, long curled pigtails. Big smile on her face. She's very cute. Either way, whoever I'm picking up on, they send their love. I'm a medium too, by the way, if you don't already know. I realized that gift maybe 2 years ago. I didn't know I had that ability, but I do. I connect with them, which makes me remember that I'm going to be doing handwritten letters from those who passed on. So those of you who already work with me, that's going to be another service of mine, because I do handwritten letters from people who are alive, but they also want me to do handwritten letters from people who from passed on loved ones. Okay. If you want to communicate with them or you want to get messages from them. Okay, there we go. So we have that. Okay. If you were really looking, I don't know why I'm picking up on this. If you would like to have a letter from a passed on loved one and I don't have the service up, email me in, like, I'll set it up right away or whatever, or email me that you're interested and I can do that for you, no problem. It's like somebody needs this for closure or some reassurance or something. But I do have that ability by the grace of God. So your kids are asking about their past lives? Well, Jason, if you wanted to do past life regression for them, you could when it's time. But anyway, there's that. Have a wonderful day. Again, if you've lost a mother or you've lost a child and you feel like that motherhood thing was taken from you, just know that they're at peace. They're actually helping you out with what it is you're doing on this earthly plane. They're actually one of your guardian angels here. So yeah, but I feel very pleasant, very angelic energy from them. They're totally at peace. I feel a huge amount of peace from whoever's coming in here. All right, again, enjoy your day, and God willing, I will see you. I may see you next Saturday. I don't know. I'm going on vacation soon. I may be on Saturday night or not. So either way, if you want to book a reading with me, this week is the week to do it, because I'll be gone for a week, and I'll only be doing emergency readings if someone like really needs some help, like within 24 hours. Aside from that, I'm not going to be doing any client work that week. Probably won't be posting videos that I normally do, so just be mindful of that. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the memberships, so don't worry about that. I'll put something there for the paid members. It won't be as often as what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to ask my guides on how I'm going to do that. But anyway, you guys will be kept in the loop if you are a member of mine when I'm posting announcements in the app, okay? All right, guys. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Kay, for the Mother's Day wishes. All right, guys. Febrero. It's not February, but maybe something happened in February for somebody. All right. I don't know. I feel like I'm like asleep already, but I don't know. It's like something else is coming in. Where's the X on this? All right, guys. Have a wonderful morning, evening, day, week. Send you a lot of love. I hope I illuminated your well-being today, tonight, whatever. And God willing, I will see you in the next one. Okay. I'm starring out. I'm not doing my hand thing. Good night, guys. Bye.